Are you ready to go for the newscast?
I am ready. I got all my notes.
Okay, and I got stuff too, so I think it should be a juicy one in honor of Dylan Muss.
A juicy one.
See that, Dylan? We're gonna give you a juicy one. Mr. Muss, dead out there somewhere in India.
He's actually in India?
Whoop. No, he's...
To be fair, no one's told me exactly where he's going.
You just made it sound like for weeks that he's been saying that he's going to...
There we go, I got it.
That better be the last. Is there anything else in that bag?
Hang on,
Just get rid of it.
There is the bread, and then all I need
Was
is
the bread even wrapped in anything?
No, they don't wrap
That's
it.
all centered.
I know.
Do you need anything out of there? Do you need that knife?
No, I don't need a knife.
Anyways, the way you made it sound like Dylan was telling you for weeks that he's going to India and you didn't believe him. So you were just like, is he really going to India? Yeah, I believe so. He's probably dead there, you know.
Dead there? Why would he be dead there?
I don't know. It's not a third world country. It's a foreign country, you know.
Isn't that where Doctor Strange went?
I don't know. That's probably what he's trying to do. He's trying to look into chakras and everything like that, you know. Oh boy.
Chakras.
You are apologizing live on cast for this. This is fucking ridiculous.
No one
episode?
can hear it. No one can
This is
hear
a GeekVerse episode, though. This is the most important one. They listen to the most. There's a video of this going on.
You know, I'm sure many listeners right now are already high enough as it is. It is 4:20 after all.
That doesn't mean they won't be listening to it when we record it. The only time it'll be 4:20 is if it's live.
Are we not live right now?
We are. We're officially live now, but like... Oh my goodness. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to GeekVerse Podcast, episode 182. Fucking Taylor, my name is Travis Field. My nickname was No Fucks Given, but apparently you are actually No Fucks Given. Taylor is at my goddamn buffet. For people that are on the podcast, make sure you go on YouTube. He's like, he has bread. What are you getting in that bag? You said that was in the bag. You said that was in the bag.
I was leaning over because I was laughing.
He has fucking Tim Hortons soup. This is ridiculous. And chocolate milk. We have a non-eating rule. But guess what? Because Dylan's somewhere in India, Jessica's school, Kirkland is on a trip, Tyler's working, everybody's busy, Kyle's left us. If no one knows, Kyle's not officially part of GeekVerse. We kicked him out. No, he's just busy. He'll be on the spin-off shows. But like, so it's down to the last two men standing, me and Taylor, and I have to put up with him fucking eating
That's what you get.
noodle soup. And why do you do this only when it's at my place? I feel like when we cast at Dylan's, you've already eaten, or you're eating really quickly. Like, I feel like it's because this table, right?
This table is so good. I kid you not.
Fucking
it's
round
relaxing.
table. Oh,
Dylan has
round
no
tables, by the way.
spaces for food.
Oh boy, I'm gonna get rid of this round table for multiple reasons, but for you as well, just because I need to know. I'm gonna get the table. I'm gonna cut it deliberately in half. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't guessed it, this is a GeekVerse news episode. We have not had this in quite a while. We've been doing lots of reviews. Before we get down to the nitty gritty, you got great news with the Wolf Order right here. You know, Taylor and Travis can't get any better than this. There's no better two-person pairing in the cast. Don't mean that to be offensive to the rest of the people, but it's just facts, ladies and gentlemen, because Wolf Order's in the house.
It's the facts.
He doesn't even do the hand signal. This guy's a fucking mess. This guy's a mess. Some plugs to get that way. If you like what we do here, head over Patreon because we have some Marvel Retros up there that will be dropping. Both Marvel Retros, if you want to get them a few days early before they come live. But if not, we have two left. We have Ant-Man and the Marvel MCU rankings. I think I'm dropping them both on Sunday just to give them enough time so you can listen to them both. They're both fun quality episodes. The Ant-Man is a good review. And the rankings is pretty good. We rank Stanley cameos. We rank our favorite villain. Well, we rank every villain. We rank every film. And then our top 10 characters. So that'll be dropping this weekend. That is, and then this podcast as well, is in honor of Infinity War. Because Infinity War next week, we'll be doing a review right after we see it. I think, 7:15? So yeah. I imagine it's going to be late. So I imagine you probably won't be up. But 10 probably p.m. we'll be up. But we're doing that right after Thursday because that's a big one. I know it's us two. Pretty sure it's Tyler. I'm pretty sure it's Kirkland. So we're doing that one right away. So that's going to be massive. So yeah, we're going to get, that could be our potentially longest review. I have a feeling, just because I feel like there's going to be a lot to unpack. We're going to talk about it that day. And then the Gauntlet is back. This Sunday it comes back. And next week we got two huge matches. Taylor and Ruben, my Wolf Order brethren, are kicking off the team tournament. If we haven't said this in any other cast, so the GeekVerse Gauntlet is our gaming league. There's some fun in there. It's kind of wrestling storyline inspired. But at the end of the day, there is nice, big, real competition. And we're introducing the team titles. We have a solo title, the main title, and we have the sports title. The team titles are coming up next. There's a tournament. Myself and a mystery partner are going to versus Kirkland and Jessica, and the winner of this is going to, or the winner of that's going to versus the winner of you and Ruben versus Tyler and Sarah. So that's a big match. So check that out. You guys are playing Smash 64. So that's that's debuting on the Gauntlet, and then next week, the 2 days after Infinity War, your big match, the match we've been waiting for, you versus Tyler Briggs for the GeekVerse World Title. You're getting your rematch. How you feel about this? 2 weeks away.
I'm very excited. I mean,
2 weeks till you're champion again.
It's coming up, you know. I've been doing a little bit of training, a little bit of practicing. The games on the roster are, you know, as been mentioned beforehand. I've been practicing, trying to get that skill up. But you know, I'm just glad I got a rematch here because it just leaves a bad taste in the mouth after what Tyler did. You know, so
it's no chicken noodle soup.
It's no chicken noodle
Tyler's
soup.
just bitter, and you know what? He's gonna get thrown out like the old worn chicken noodle soup, and the Wolf Warrior is gonna reign supreme again. Because you know what? Tyler Briggs, life sucks, and then you die. So.
Tough luck.
2 weeks, you're going to get beat twice by Taylor Field in 10 days. Once in the team tourney and then in the title match. So, let's get into news, kind of. We're going to start with some predictions first. So, Infinity War, we kind of do this with bigger movies coming out. We do kind of a prediction show. We talk about things we might happen or some success here and there. And then we're going to get in the news. We got Deadpool 2 trailer. We got Incredibles trailer. We got the Meg trailer. We have a Jurassic World 2 trailer. Lots of great stuff to talk about, but I just already stacked show and they just throw in Jurassic World 2. I'm like, of course, because they could have waited, but I guess they probably want that on Infinity War, that trailer, right?
Oh, yeah.
But just another Jurassic World teaser trailer.
Yeah.
So first we're going to talk about Infinity War. So that is next week, which is crazy. Less than a week. It's 6 days away. That's nuts.
It is nuts.
It feels like when we started this podcast, it was so... Like, it felt like it was an eternity.
Years and years
Yeah,
and years.
and so much has happened, good and bad. But, like, I am trying to just put all my thought on that movie right now, and at the same time not think about it at all, because I don't want to... Like, I just want to soak in this, because this reminds me very much of when Force Awakens was coming out. Like, there's only one time it happens, you know? There's only one first time we see this movie, and then either everyone's going to love it, or everyone's going to shit the bed, and, like... It's going to hit the fan, everyone's going to be really mad. First of all, what's your anticipation going into this next... Like I said, I say next week, but 6 days away. Crazy.
I'm anticipating having, you know, my heart stopped. I think, you know, there's no way it's going to be bad.
You die happy.
I die happy, yeah, right in my chair. I just think, you know, there's nothing that they can do wrong with this movie. I feel like after Black Panther, it's being said that, you know, they got a good... grip on the steering wheel. They know what they're doing.
You had to act out of grip.
I had to act it out. So I definitely don't see why this movie's gonna be anything short of amazing.
It's not short. It's 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. See, I love a good, long, lengthy superhero movie. I think that makes for a great time. Yeah, I mean, I just seen the trailers. It's got me so excited. You know, I love the music choices they always throw in there. That like slow, suspenseful Avengers theme is just fantastic, and I love that each trailer we get to see. It's it's mostly focused on.
Are you fucking kidding me? You literally just burped on gas because you're eating. This is gonna be it. I'm sick and tired of this. God damn it. Continue.
So I think that
it
definitely comes it definitely comes down to, you know, with the trailer being the same kind of scenes overall, like Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and a couple of Thanos shots. They're not showing anything else. A few Guardian scenes too. I love that. You know, there's so much more that we get to see in this movie. So much other character development and character scenes, so they're really keeping you like left out in the dark to not really know what's going on, and I love that.
Yeah, I feel like one thing I have been avoiding, though, I've only watched the trailers. I don't watch the TV spots, and I don't watch the clips, because I have seen quite a few things like the Avengers fight like the Black Order. I don't want to see any of that till I get to the actual movie. So I think they've done a good job with marketing. I think next week will be tough to be on the internet and to avoid things, because I'm someone that notoriously I knew that Luke was dying before I saw the movie, and that you know what, we haven't seen Last Jedi. fuck off. What are you doing watching this?
You knew that Luke died?
Yeah.
How'd you know?
It was in a chat board. Like, I was
really?
watching a podcast and someone said that. And I looked away and I turned the chat off. And I thought, oh, maybe they're just trolling him, hopefully. But then, like, they were pretty specific about, like, he used, like, too much force. And then, like, when we got to Last Jedi, I was like, oh, like, that scene happens, like, oh, no, this is where it goes. So, like, I didn't know 100%, but I kind of knew it. I don't know if that's because the fans knew or there was, I think, this reviewer that put out a spoiler review, and he mentioned that Luke dies, I'm pretty sure, so that got out. So that's something we won't be doing in Infinity War. If you want to check out our non-spoilers review, we do at the beginning. We'll recommend it, this and that. We'll tell you right away when we get the spoilers, but we will not be spoiling it. So what I want to ask first, of speaking of Star Wars, is the just two basic predictions. We usually do these. So right now, what is the exact... So Force Awakens, opening weekend, biggest opening weekend of all time, made $248 million. Right now, Avengers Infinity War is being projected from $235 million to $255 million. I'm going to ask you the $255 million question. Will it beat the Force Awakens opening weekend? Because that's something that I did not think would happen for quite a while. Even with Infinity War, but it just seems like, I think Black Panther does help, but just the hype of this film is quite huge. But can it get to that level? Can it reach or even surpass Force Awakens opening weekend?
Oh, I think it'll reach it, but it's
So a
tricky
tie,
because I'd be inclined to say a tie, but then again, it's hard to say because
there
Star
won't be
Wars,
a tie. It'll either win or lose. Like, it'd be the odds of it tying in the exact same dollar. Like, it could even be by $1. I think there's gonna be something happening.
Well, with Star Wars, you had young, old, and the middle generation all falling in love and just going to this movie. People that I work with that don't even they're not even like really big fans of Star Wars, but they went just because,
They went just because.
Just because. But with superhero movies, there's so many people I know that they won't go see it, period. But the thing that confuses me is the fact that, yes, it was the most viewed trailer within 24 hours, and I think that says a lot.
So was 50 Shades Dark.
So was 50 Shades. But that being said, I did look at opening night Thursday and Friday for us, and the theaters aren't sold out yet. The good seats are, but there's still a fair portion.
Yeah.
I'd say like 15-20% of the seats still remaining.
True.
So...
And with Force Awakens, that was not the case. It was sold out when we went.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess, like, we gotta think about there'll be more people than just good old Kelowna. It's tough for me. I, of course, want it because I'm a big, comic books fan, so I'd love just to get a little edge in there, and I think it's worth it. I think the thing that's interesting to look at with Force Awakens, I think that's clearly just nostalgia, and it was the first sequel to the original trilogy. So lots of people say, like, there's 10 years in between, the prequels and this. I don't really count that because the prequels were something else. And I think it was, one, when it was reviewed well, I think that helped. And I think, for me, that's going to be the biggest thing we'll talk about in a second, is when the reviews drop, which I think are Monday or Tuesday, people are going to see it, and then reviews will drop. If it is overly positive, I think it has a good shot of beating it. If it is kind of... I don't even think it's going to be bad, but if it's just like, oh, it doesn't match the hype, the expectations of like this 10-year journey or whatnot, then I could see it slowing down a little bit. But it's kind of this thing of like, it's literally just, I guess, nostalgia, but just anticipation versus a good track record. Like, people have been anticipating Infinity War for quite a while, like since they saw Thanos. It's like, oh, and then once the Guardians got in and Doctor Strange, like there's a lot of anticipation. But I feel like the reason that this would break Force Awakens is not because we've been waiting for so long. It's just that things like Black Panther, there's been so many good films leading up to it. It's kind of that track record where if Force Awakens can do that, even with the prequels, I think Infinity War can do that. What was your official yes or no? Because it's tough for me to actually like say yes or no. Like I'm gonna say yes because I think with Force Awakens, this has a similar thing to, I think something big is going to happen in this movie, and you're going to not... I think this is a movie you don't want to be spoiled on. And I guess that's the only thing is, let's say people are expecting something big and nothing big happens, then maybe people go away. But I think this will be like Force Awakens, where you don't want to find out that Han Solo died on the back of a car. You don't want to find out Cap died on the back of a car. You want to see that, and you want to be talking about that. So I will officially say yes. I'm not confident in it. I think it's going to be super close, but just the fact that it's even tracking close that is pretty impressive, to say the least, because I didn't think that would happen for a while, because Force Awakens just felt like it had a magic about it,
I'll give it an unconfident yes.
An unconfident yes as well?
Mm-hmm. It just doesn't, I don't feel like I'm in a, yes, it's a prediction, but I don't feel like I'm in a position where I can say yes or no, because it's so close.
So Force Awakens did 248. What is your prediction then?
248?
Yeah, what's your number, and then we'll see who's right.
That's over the course of from Thursday to Sunday?
Yeah. I think
Friday, Sunday.
No, I think Thursday might just be the Saturday, because Sunday's technically not a part of the weekend, right?
Oh, right.
I think. That doesn't. I guess it mattered.
I'm just wondering because it's 4 days compared to 3 days,
They will have the weekend
Sunday,
will be the exact same. They're not on holidays, so they don't have any. So if you think it's higher, how much higher?
If it's higher, I think it'll be higher by only. I'm gonna go 5 million.
So you're thinking 243 or 253?
I'll. Yeah, because then it's between 250 255, so I feel good about that.
Okay, well I'm gonna go 252. That was my prediction. So
wow, your price is writing me.
Pretty much, but like, hey, if you get a little higher, you got it. Next thing before we get into the actual film is reviews. Obviously, Taylor, big notorious hater of Rotten Tomatoes. He's part of that camp. I don't know.
Am I really?
I think you are. You just discount it all the time when really it's just like an aggregator for reviews. I like to talk about it because it is, you cannot take away that it is important in this day and age as far as, like, reviews are, in general, important in this day and age as far as movies and people choosing to see them, right? See, you even have some smirk right now of, like, you just want to trash around. You just hate that stuff like Assassin's Creed or Transformers gets all these bad reviews. But really, all your friends also give them bad reviews. You don't trash us. Like, you didn't trash me and Dylan on the Assassin's Creed review. But
also, you're entitled to your own opinion. But when you're on a site that dictates what you should and shouldn't watch,
it doesn't dictate. It
what
just
kind of right are we listening to here?
It does not say, hey, you can't watch this movie because it's rotten. It just says, hey, if you want a choice to know if most of the critics liked it or didn't like it, this is what they think.
I think critics most of the time follow a standard that's just kind of doesn't make sense.
You're such a bullshit. Okay, so I want to give you some numbers here. Avengers, 92%. Avengers 2, 75%. Winter Soldier, 89%. And then Civil War, 91%. The reason I gave you those percentages is obviously the two Avengers movies, this third Avengers. And then I gave you Winter Soldier and Civil War because those are the same guys that have directed this. The Russo brothers, they're not directing Avengers. So, obviously, Avengers being the highest with 92, and then Age of Ultron being 75. Do you think it will beat Avengers as far as being... Do you think this will be the high... I didn't do all of MCU because I think Black Panther is the highest, but out of the 4 Avengers movies, kind of, whatever, the 4 Avengers or the directors that did these previous films, what do you think it will review as? Do you think it will be the highest?
I think it's going to beat... I think it's going to beat Avengers 1. I think it's going to clear 95.
You think it's going to clear 95?
I think it's going to 95 or higher. And I say that because if you look at... It did go on a downward slope, of course, after Avengers 2. But then as soon as Civil War hit, it just picked up a bit more. And I think that's the trigger. People want the Captain America. They love the drama and they love the tension. They love it when all those characters are on the screen.
Black Panther's 96. And 96. I believe that's the highest MCU film.
Okay.
So.
Then, yeah, I think, I think easily because, this movie is going to obviously focus heavily again on Black Panther, it looks like. At least from the trailers, a large part of this is going to be in Uganda.
So they just... I don't see this thing. I don't think people review it just because Black Panther's in it and give it a higher grade.
Why not?
Because that's not how you should review a movie.
Well, I think, Black Panther, they're definitely playing him up, though. that he's their golden boy.
But I think that's for marketing and money. I don't know if that makes a difference in reviews. It shouldn't. Someone shouldn't give this a higher grade because there's more Black Panther.
Well, if you like Black Panther.
Oh, God. So you're saying a clear 95. I don't know why I should doubt them because I doubt them after Civil War. For some reason, I'm going to go 90. I think it will be lower than Avengers and Civil War. Just because I think there's still a small chance that there's so many characters that there could be some stuff lost or some stuff that feels crammed or a little messy. I say that after Civil War. They proved me wrong with Civil War. I shouldn't worry. I'm not actually worried, but I'm playing it safe. And the other thing is I think there's a chance that this movie will make some big choices and people might not like those choices or be like, that was kind of lame or I didn't like that. Like, I think it could affect the next movie more, but like if there's any time travel involved, I could see someone be like, I don't want time travel in my superhero movies, even though like Doctor Strange
That's how
happened.
you are with Star Wars.
What? Yeah, fuck time travel in Star Wars. Yeah, I don't want that shit, and it doesn't exist.
Don't give me that.
It doesn't exist.
Oh
It's
my God.
not a real thing. Yeah, so I'm going 90. That's what I'm going. I'm still a high mark, but I think there's more room for error there. So let's get into actual predictions because you said you made some sort of list. I have some stuff as well. I just want to get into a general question: who dies in just this movie? Not counting 4. Who dies in just this movie?
Well, the longest time I was thinking Hawkeye definitely dies, but I am so thrown off here because he's not on the posters.
I have that as a talk. We'll save Hawkeye.
Save
yeah,
Hawkeye.
because I have that as a question.
Okay.
Where the fuck is Hawkeye? Yeah.
I won't say Hawkeye. I think I don't want to be one of those guys that says Captain America dies because I mean I could totally get caught off guard and they long con it or something. I don't know.
Well, you are a hater, so you want that.
I'm not a hater. I just Iron Man.
No, that's no. There's a difference of Dylan Musk also likes Iron Man, but he also likes Cap. You just sound like and feel like you have some vendetta against him.
No,
just because
you
know Captain America
I have
is,
the
you know,
Winter Soldier
you just
on
know he's a
DVD.
better person than Tony.
No. Gosh, deaths. I mean, I feel like War Machine could be up there for getting
Really?
off. Yeah,
He should for that terrible Photoshop on that poster we saw.
Oh yeah, yikes.
So War Machine, really? I'm surprised. I
War
don't agree
Machine.
there. After he just almost got crippled, I think he's been through too much.
Really?
Yeah.
Well then, it's for me. I base it on probability. Like if it's not gonna be Iron Man, I feel like it could be War Machine. If it's gonna be Captain America, I don't think it'd be Falcon.
So you're just saying that either kill off the like the 1A, 1B.
Yeah. So if they kill Captain America, they won't touch Falcon. But if they keep Captain America alive, I feel like they'll kill Falcon first, and then they'll kill Captain America later.
Wow.
That being said, I think the Guardians, of course, are all safe.
Yeah.
I think Nebula.
That would be shitty if they didn't kill like Guardians and not even on their own films. I think the people that are safe are them, Spider-Man, Black Panther, and Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange and Black Panther because they just started and Black Panther's the biggest movie superhero of all time. Man, we didn't think that one through. We should have made number 2. And Spider-Man just because I don't actually think they can do that because they don't technically fully own him. They have to have a Sony. And I don't think Sony's going to be like, yeah, just kill off Spider-Man on this franchise. So I think those, and I do agree, I think Guardians are safe. But you were going somewhere with Nebula.
Yeah, I think Nebula, is going to die. As far as other characters, too, I was trying to think of characters that are in relation to like being around Infinity Stones. So obviously Vision. I think the Collector is a possible candidate, actually.
That would suck if he dies, though, before we get
you want to
him
see him with the Grandmaster,
yeah. I will agree with you on Nebula, but I don't think it's this movie. I think it's the next one.
The next one?
Because this is... Well, here's another thing, because I have this as a question, too. We'll tie it in while we're talking about people dying. Because some people have speculated, do you think Thanos makes it out of this movie? Like,
oh, yeah.
I do, too. I don't know why people are speculating that. Because some people are speculating that Avengers 4 could be something called Secret Invasion. That's what we talk about with the Skrulls and everything. Because the thing is, it goes like Avengers 3... And then in the middle of 4 is Captain Marvel, and they have Skrulls. So people are saying maybe they'll kind of show that they, got into Earth or got into some heroes, and then 4 is the... Because Captain Marvel apparently is in 4, so people have been tying it to that. But I don't think so. I think that could happen down the line, or maybe that's a post-credit scene in Avengers 4. But I think this ends very, Empire Strikes Back-ish. I think it ends with, our heroes in massive trouble or it looking like the world's in peril, and then 4 is the fixing it or the saving it or the avenging it, whatever it could be, especially because 4 is only a year away. It's only, if it was a few years I could see it, but I think Thanos is fine in this movie. I think he's doing the killing,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, he'll live, and Loki probably dies.
Yeah, I think my prediction is Loki dies in the first 15 to 30 minutes of this movie. I think people have said that too, but I think that there's that thing of Thanos holding Thor's head. I think he's going to be... that's going to be such a tough scene to watch. Make him watch Loki kill. But even though that could be a big misdirect, because that could seem like an obvious trailer thing to be like, let's really make it look like Loki's going to die, because we don't see him anywhere else, right? But we don't see Hawkeye. We've not seen... I don't think we've seen... like I said, I'm staying away from TV spots. We haven't seen Ant-Man yet. So... I do think there's a chance they might be messing with us with the Loki thing. And I still think Loki will die in these movies, but I think there could be a chance that they are conning us with how early he dies or when he dies.
Yeah.
But
not to be rooting for him to die. But I think, for his story and him as a character, I think this would be the best time, and I think it would really do justice for his character.
Yeah. Especially first villain in Avengers. And I think this is why you should go check out our Marvel retrospective. We did every movie up until Ant-Man. I said this, I think, on Avengers 2. I can't remember when. I think it was then. But I think the main reason why Loki has to die too is because Loki's a good guy now, right? And him and Thor at the Ragnarok, they're like, oh, what's going to happen when I get to Earth? And he's like, oh, we'll figure it out. Like, when you watch Avengers, yeah, he, maybe did some stuff against his will, but at the end of the day, he's still taking guys' eyeballs out. He still killed Coulson. Like, you can't really have Loki just come back to Earth and be all right. Like, he's going to have to go to prison. It's the same thing as Vader. People talk about, oh, what happened if Vader would have made it? Well, he would just spend his life in prison. Like, he doesn't get to kill these kids and destroy planets and be like, oh, because he's on the light side of the Force. He's a good guy now, right? So I think Loki's going to go, and I think he's going to, I hope in a fashion, do it to, like, save Thor or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, if they don't kill off most of the people's side companions and they just go for main characters.
Kill the side companions. I don't know why you're thinking the Falcon and War Machine. Like, I feel like Falcon is someone that carries on into the next one and becomes like a new Avenger, or might become the next Cap.
Well, I don't know. I think Bucky's in life for that.
I want that too, right? Because it's a better story, I think, for him to try and redeem himself. But
I think, like for side characters, then I think Heimdall is definitely gonna live. Heimdall.
Heimdall, yeah.
Heimdall, yeah.
I don't think he's going to be in this movie that much. I don't even think we see him, maybe. Well, actually, there's a chance he could die.
I don't know.
Well, because this is the thing. So, obviously, at the end of Ragnarok, they were in that ship, and then Thanos' ship pulled up, right? And clearly, there's that one scene where there's a bunch of dead bodies, and Loki's holding the Tesseract. Clearly, he's probably killed, like, a bunch of the Asgardians. Where do you think, like, Korg and Valkyrie and all those people
they were Avengers.
Yeah, where did they... Because, like... Imagine if they were just all dead. Like, that's how the movie opened up. Heimdall.
I hope not, because, I mean, Valkyrie and all that, like, those are some amazing characters.
They won't kill them, I don't think. But they have to explain where they go. Because it looks like Hulk obviously just gets thrown out of the ship, and then he just happens to land in Doctor Strange Sanctum Sanctorum, which is like, okay, I guess you could happen to land there out of all the places in the world to land, but...
I think, they're probably off on a mission or doing something, or maybe I don't know. But it's hard to say, but... It would have to have happened before Thanos' ship gets there, which would make sense because we just saw Thor and Loki when Thanos' ship approached.
True, but that doesn't make sense of, like, their plan was just to go to Earth, right? So...
Yeah, but he could have sent it out to find some help or something, I don't know.
I guess they'll have to explain
We'll have to explain it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still saying Cap dies. I think Cap dies at the end of this movie. I still think there's a chance that they do some time travel trickery in the next movie and he dies and then brings them back. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. I do think there needs to be a death. I think much like Loki, I think that makes the most sense. Is like he's the heart of the Avengers and it's his story. He's always felt like a man out of place, and I think I said this on our rankings coming up. Like there's going to be no one else that you would see going one-on-one with Thanos like that, or the glove and holding it. Like, I think he dies, and I think it is a way of kind of bringing the team back together. But that's another question I guess I have is, do Cap and Tony not even reconcile, but do they see each other in this movie? Because clearly in the trailers we've seen the three divides of, like, you have the Guardians, Iron Man and Doctor Strange and Spider-Man looking like they're doing some space battle. Well, actually no, because it looked like Thor and Guardians, and then it was like the doctors, all the scientists with Downey, Banner, all that, and then it was the Wakanda with Cap, Black Panther, all that. At some point, the Guardians, you see Peter Quill with Doctor Strange and Downey and all that. I don't know why I always call him Downey. It was Stark, but do Cap and Tony meet in this movie?
Oh, I'd say so. I think we have like a Dunkirk experience going on with three different adjacent stories.
Yeah.
And then at some point, I mean, every Avengers has the classic scene where all the Avengers are together and we get that nice slow panoramic shot.
Well, I
guarantee that's going to happen in this movie.
Don't you feel like that's the running shot they've been showing, though, of them running Wakanda? And it's not every Avenger, but it is quite a few good Avengers.
Possibly, but I feel like, they're not going to save that, like, this. That is a good scene, but they're going to save that big ultimate scene when they show the whole crew and they're spinning around. I mean...
That's a long spin.
That's a long spin, but I mean, that is their money shot. That's their billions of dollars, spent, so...
Yeah.
I feel like that's what we're going to get with all of them, and it's going to be right when, like... Right after, I'm sure, like, Captain America's, like, done touching his glove or whatever, and Thanos is going to throw back, and then it's going to show all the Avengers group. I don't know. It's going to be in a good spot.
So you think that all happens in this movie? You don't think any of that's saved for Avengers 4?
I think it'll all happen in this movie because Avengers. I think it'll happen, and then some shit's gonna go down, and then it'll be depressing, and then it'll be, you know, 4 will have some kind of pick me up or something.
Because because if I will applaud them if Tony and Cap do have scenes together in this movie and they haven't showed it, because that would have been really easy to show off. But I still think they should build suspense of if they see each other or not, because after Civil War, obviously not on the greatest of terms.
But that's a big foreshadow too, with Cap
phone
the phone. Yeah.
Well, but that's where I always wonder: does he phone him at the end of 4 or at the end of 3?
I hope
and that's
not.
like the Luke Skywalker moment where, like, I could legitimately see the movie ending with Tony going to Cap.
That wouldn't make sense though, because if Gamora is talking about Thanos and the snap of her fingers or his fingers or whatever, and the Guardians meet up with Iron Man, and then you have Captain America fighting Thanos already.
Yeah.
I feel like obviously we know the Guardians get to a point where they're fighting Thanos. I feel like they would connect at some point sooner.
Well, that's what I'm trying to think. Like, that is like, and I don't want to look into it too much because I don't want to figure out the movie before, but I am trying to figure out. I always thought the Wakanda battle was the end of the movie, but that could be the middle of
I think
the
it's
movie.
middle to beginning, kind of. I think shit's going to go down really, really fast. And then for the halfway point to the end, we're not going to know what the hell's going on.
But here's the one thing that you have, like, this is the one thing that we don't know when you say, like, oh, eventually Guardians meet up with Tony. When we see that pocket of, like, okay, it's Spider-Man, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and Hulk, and then their kind of crew of people. And then you have Thor and Guardians. With the Black Panther team, you have, like, Shuri, and you have, well, no, I guess because Banner is there. I was going to say none of them cross over to the other ones, but at some point, Banner is with them down in Wakanda. So that's where I almost wonder if, now I'm kind of changing my tune, that I think Wakanda battle is at the end of the movie. And I think what's going to happen is, the idea is Thanos is coming to Earth, right? To, let's say, probably get the Soul Gem, even though, like, the directors keep playing coy. And I think they've said it's not Wakanda, but I won't believe them until I see it, because why else would there be a war going on there? I could see the end of the movie being, okay, there's a almost like Helm's Deep, like Lord of the Rings, where there's Helm's Deep, and then, like, Frodo and Sam were having those battles with all the ring wraiths and whatnot. I could see that, where the movie is battle Wakanda, maybe they lose the Wakanda battle, whatever it is. I could see him killing Captain America and then him going up to space to mess up the Avengers. Because I think in the middle of the movie, I think they're going to have to meet then. That's why I don't think Wakanda battle's in the middle. I think in the middle of the movie, they're going to meet and they're going to make a plan to be like, you guys stay on Earth and then we'll go to space and then try to double team it. And yeah.
So you think the battle is then at the end?
I think it's near the end, and I
it's in
think
the
Cap
middle.
dies, and then I think he comes pimping with a bunch of stones, and it's like, because they could easily CGI some of these stones out. Like, people have said, oh, he only has 2 stones here or there. Like, I can't, which movie was
You know,
it?
Thor, they CGI'd out his eye, you know.
They CGI'd Spider-Man out of Civil War trailers, right?
Mm.
So I don't believe the whole, like, oh, he might only have 2 stones. Like, and I think the only stone he won't end up getting is the Eye of Agamotto, the Time Stone, or the Time Gem. And then I think they'll probably have Downey use that in the next one, and then do some time traveling. And then, yeah, I thought Hawkeye was gonna. I guess we talked about Hawkeye. I thought he was a goner. I think he's a goner for the next movie, but I think he's safe in this one. What do you think he's doing? Because they said it is an important story that he has.
Oh God.
I don't. But that's why I wonder if maybe Wakanda doesn't have the Soul Gem. Maybe there's a different gem there or something there. And maybe Hawkeye's mission is finding the Soul Gem. Like, maybe they've somehow tracked it down. Why are you laughing?
Why are you telling Hawkeye to find this?
Because
Oh my God.
he's sneaky, he's talented, he's skilled.
Said Black Widow.
What? She was clearly...
Hawkeye's retired.
Well, I don't know.
And he's wanted, too.
Okay, well, so is Black Widow, so it doesn't matter. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure it out in the movie, but I could see, like, what else is his mission then, if it's not finding a gem?
I don't know, because it's Hawkeye. We haven't had any, like, proper backstory with him, except he's got kids and a wife.
That's a big backstory. He has a farmhouse.
A farmhouse, but it had nothing to do with why he's looking for Infinity Stone. I mean, it makes me
Maybe
wonder.
Thanos killed his kids.
Well, whoa, dark, I guess, but that would give him motivation. I don't know, unless he's in cahoots with Sam Jackson or something. I don't know.
So there's like a secret Avengers, them, Ant-Man, like their own some
Their
secret
own,
mission.
yeah. I don't know. Do you? On that note, do you think we're gonna see Nick Fury when they're fighting and Wakanda? He's gonna rise up with the helicarrier
He's gonna
again.
rise up. No, I think we will get a scene with Nick Fury. I think at least one scene in this movie. If we don't, it'll feel a little odd, especially if he's in Captain Marvel. I think there's a chance in this one or the next one he dies as well somehow. I think it might be like a minor death, and I don't know. I think they should have. I think they should kill him off as well, because we talked about this in retros that they're not really doing much with him. So just give him a hero's death in this movie, make him take it on with the Black Order, or make him, he takes on Thanos by himself and. Like Kong style, like in Kong, he says the same speech, all Loki's there, and who else was there? Captain Marvel, What do you think the end credit scene is? Because my thing is the end credit scene. I feel like most Marvel movies, other than Civil War, haven't really ended on like a big negative cliffhanger. And what was the post credit scene for Civil War?
Wasn't it Captain America freezing Bucky?
Bucky, and was it anything else? Oh, it was just Spider-Man in his bedroom. Yeah. So that's why, to me, those were some story points for me, and because they say they're not revealing the Avengers 4 title for quite a while. I don't know what the end credits scene could be, because I don't think they want to spoil or give away too much. And I literally just think it might be something to do with Captain Marvel and showing that she's going to be in the next movie. Like, I think it will be big, but at the same time, I don't think it can be anything too specific, because if they leave it on a cliffhanger and then kind of give you some nod, it's like, well, it's not much of a cliffhanger then. So I think it's going to be that, or it'll be Collector and Grandmaster meeting up.
I think it could probably be some Guardians 3 maybe nod or something in that direction.
But I don't think so, because Guardians 3 comes out after Avengers 4 though still.
Oh, after Avengers 4. Oh, okay. So the movies we get between Avengers 3 and 4 is
Captain Marvel. I'm pretty sure that's it.
No Spider-Man?
Spider-Man's right after Avengers 4. Yeah, I think it's just Ant-Man and Captain Marvel.
I have no idea. It would probably make sense to be related to Captain Marvel to set up, her story. Yeah. And then in the long run,
especially if she is going to be in the next one.
Yeah, that way I think once we get Avengers 4, then when you look back, you'll see like, oh, the end credit scene made sense in going hand in hand with Captain Marvel, leading up to what we have now with Avengers 4. I think then it'll all connect the dots.
Yeah, because the release goes Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Untitled Avengers film, and then Untitled Spider-Man Homecoming sequel, and then Guardians 3. And then they have a bunch of those, remember those release dates that they've not said anything because they don't want to spoil anything, but there's a Doctor Strange 2. I guess you could have some sort of Ant-Man the Wasp sort of deal, but I think that might be a little disappointing. I love Ant-Man and Wasp, but like, I don't think that's on the scale of worthy of the Infinity War end credit scene. Because at one point the director said that they considered not having one. So that's why I brought that up, because I could have seen them not having one. Because I don't know, like I said, I feel like you have to be really tiptoey with what you choose. If it is a cliffhanger, you don't want to give away anything or anything to do with the title. So I'm going to go with Captain Marvel as well. Some sort of appearance or something just to show she's coming and it sets up her movie, or maybe it's something with Nick Fury, or maybe they just pull like a Civil War, or not. So they pull an Ant-Man, and I think I can't remember what else is. Or Doctor Strange, and they just literally take a scene from Captain Marvel and put it in that, because that could be the way to do it, because they've been doing that a lot recently. Mm-hmm. So, did you have any other Infinity War predictions you wanted to get out of the way? We talked about deaths, we talked about meetings, we still have no idea what. That's my guess is Hawkeye's doing something with the gym. I know you could be like, oh, what is it? But like, maybe he's just trying to track it down so he can let someone else know, hey, it's here,
I don't know. I don't think he's looking for the gem. I think he's got something with Nick Fury. I think he's doing something with him.
They can't be looking for the gem? I always forget.
No, because I feel like that's not on Nick Fury's priority list. I feel like Nick Fury, he's...
It's not? After all this... Wait a second, look at my house. Look how much I just turned. No, look. Because this part is just so... It's so sloped.
The floor's slumped?
Yeah.
So your house is on unstable ground?
Of course. It's on a soul gem.
It's on a soul gem.
I feel like you have all these people invading Earth and they say, hey, they're after the stone. I think Nick Fury would be let's try and find that
No one was really aware of the Infinity Stones at this point, except for those in
but they
discussion with Thor. Thor was like, yeah, this is and he briefly mentions it to Tony Stark. This is like the second or third Infinity Stone to pop up within recent events. This is not normal. And then he's gone.
But
so
I'm
Iron
saying,
Man's gonna think, I don't know what the fudge is an Infinity
but
Stone.
I'm saying, what if Hawkeye gets sent off at the beginning on this movie because they start figuring out about the stones? Either that or Hawkeye legitimately dies right away, and that's why he's not in any of these trailers. Like, he does die right quickly. It's like the Loki thing where it's not a trick. It's just that, hey, we can't show this Hawkeye scene because, like, he dies, and that's, like, the only scene he's in, you know?
Well, if his death leads to something beneficial, I mean, then...
I don't think it's going to lead to any... I don't think there's no Coulson moment. It's in Hawkeye. Some people have said that because Loki, like, when he hits him with the stick in Avengers and he says, you have lots of heart, people are like, he has the Soul Stone.
Oh my god.
I don't imagine this whole time. That would be, I'd be quite happy with that, actually.
That'd be very weird.
Did you have anything else?
As far as Avengers, nope.
Let's talk about another superhero property coming out less than a month after that. Deadpool 2. Its final trailer came out. Taylor Field, what did you think about this trailer?
I loved it. Did you get your tickets?
Not yet. I'm waiting for my See-No-Me card.
Oh,
hopefully. It says next 7 days,
right.
so I should be able to do that and get my kind of free movie. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I will be getting... Why did that... I asked you about the trailer. Why'd you start off with, tickets?
Well, I was wondering if you got your tickets, because I was the first one to get my tickets in the theater. I was the one getting my seats. So.
I know. But I don't think it's going to sell out right away.
I don't know. I think it will. Deadpool, I mean, everyone loved the first one, and I mean, then leading into now the trailer, I mean, I loved the other first couple trailers. I thought they were good and they were funny, but it didn't really just hit me really hard. I just thought, okay, it's Deadpool, yeah, it's great humor. I'm gonna go see it, obviously. But then when this one came out, it just is jokes, and I'm one to not be fan of the DC fanboys, the DC fuckboys, sorry. Then
don't just shit on the poor fans.
When he drops that line like, oh, what does he say? How does he quote it? Like,
are you from the... When he says something like...
It's really dark. Are you from the DC universe? Yeah. Oh, I almost dropped my phone. I was dying. And just the quip to like Thanos and all this different stuff. And Peter, I freaking love him. With this shot and he's going down out of the plane parachuting. Oh my god. There's so many factors that they've thrown into this movie that... This feels like Deadpool like reaching his prime, and even then, like reading like the what do you call it, the captions for the trailer or whatever.
The studio that killed Wolverine.
Yeah, and then even when in the post itself on my newsfeed, it was like Deadpool 2, the setup for Deadpool 3 or something like that. Like there's just so much bullshit thrown in that it's just so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I was never worried about this movie. Funny enough, like I said that with Guardians and other kind of comedy sequels, I usually worry about them. With this, I never did. The only thing that changed for me was when they changed directors. But the good thing about this, whether it's the director's tone or it's the tone of this movie, it feels different, but it still feels like the first one. Like, it does feel, honestly, like a little darker, and it feels like, even though there was lots of Deadpool in action, lots of action in Deadpool, this feels a bit more... dramatic and action heavy, because I don't know, I guess it was dramatic in the first one. He's looking for his girlfriend and there's lots of jokes, but there's just something about even the scenes with Cable, like that's the thing, they sprinkle out the humor at the very end when he's shooting him and he's doing all the blocking of it, and then after they like make a joke, oh, those bolts were really fast, but for the last like 10-15 seconds of the trailer, it was really serious and dramatic. And I guess the first two trailers were kind of had that tone. I was a little bit worried about that, but this trailer for me is easily the best one. This got me the most excited. I was never not excited, but I saw this and I was just like, that's phenomenal. That's the best one they've put out so far. Where last time I felt like I was being blown away by every trailer, where the last few trailers been like, oh, very, very good, I'm still excited, but it was always the same level of excitement. This trailer got me even more excited. Yeah, the DC one is really good, because I guess I could say I'm surprised they went there, but at the same time I'm not. But it's just so blunt and out there. It's not even hinting around like the Green Lantern, like, oh, don't make the suit green. Like, this is just full on your face, like DC Universe. That was great. Cable looks great. The team they're putting together is great. I'm so happy Terry Crews is in this movie. I don't know how long he's in this movie, but the other one that's in this movie is Bill Skarsgård, who played Pennywise. He is in this movie, but they don't show him off that much. I like the idea of the team factor and X-Force and everything like that. I'm interested to see what they do for the villain and how much they've shown, if in the middle of the movie, if Cable is, do they team up, or is it more towards the end where he is mostly the antagonist, and then eventually I feel like there's going to be someone pulling the strings, or they're going to realize that Cable's after this kid for a different reason, not just like because he's a cold-blooded murderer. So I'm interested in that, because other than Cable, they've not really shown much I don't think they've really shown any antagonists, really. There's rumors about people out there. There's rumors about Juggernaut. There's rumors about Black Tom. But I'm just very excited. And this one was the most one for me that just cemented that, okay, I think this is going to be a great movie. And now it's cemented that I could be disappointed by it. But
really?
Well, just because before I was like just always the same level of excited, but this is going to be more excited.
Oh, okay.
So that's where it's like, well, now you have a chance. It's very similar to we'll talk about it another time, but Rogue One, where all the trailers like, oh, I'm liking them enough, and then the last one, like, oh, I'm really excited, and then I saw the movie, and that was another thing. But yeah, we're not recording a Cantina Conversations after this, judging by our gear.
No, we're not.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I like the way they showcase Domino and the whole like, oh, my power's luck, and when he's like, that's not that theatrical, and then they show a cool scene of like why the luck is in play, and I think that's cool because I've always thought it was kind of like, it was in comics it's like an all-right sort of power, it's fine, but I think in movies it could be used really well, just like moments like that guy goes to shoot her and there's no bullets left, you know, so that was good. I'm trying to think, but yeah, everything just looks great, and I'm really interested to see what is going to happen in this movie. I think it's going to be a really weird movie. I think it's going to actually set up quite a bit of stuff, and I also want to enjoy it too, because there's a chance this could be the last rated R Deadpool. I know Disney has said, oh, we're interested in looking into options, but I don't trust that, especially when they said the streaming service will only have PG-13 movies, so if it's not there, or it is like, I don't know. I really don't know, so definitely enjoy it, just in case that could be it for a while. So anything else on Deadpool 2?
No, that is it.
Let's talk about another superhero sequel, and then we'll get to what you want to talk about. Incredibles 2. So this is a movie that I've said before that I was very excited for last year. Saw the first teaser, I was like, meh, nothing special. Saw the first trailer, I was like, nothing special. My whole worry was, I think it was when they gave the plot synopsis, I was like, this sounds a lot like Incredibles of, you have a character that's the stay-at-home parent, you have the woman that's going, or you have the superhero that's going out there that's being paid by some bigger person for a bigger reason, like with the syndrome and whatever his assistant was like, oh, you're stopping these robots, and this one, and this has to do with this trailer as well, it's just like, it's Bob Odenkirk saying, oh, we gotta bring heroes back, so it's like this bigger reason, which will probably be revealed, she was doing it for the wrong reasons, and then I can't remember, there was another aspect of it as well, and I think for me it was always just the fact that they didn't time jump, but this trailer, again, for me, I keep seeing all these posts on Facebook and Twitter of like memes of people being like, you know, oh, like the theater opening night, and it's like a bunch of kids, but it's like a bunch of old people or like us, like our age, and I'm not excited. I'm excited for it because yes, it's Incredibles 2, but I'm not seeing anything that's getting me overly excited except for the Jack stuff, which granted I think is easy to do because it's a cute baby with superhero powers. So like the moment where Jack goes invisible and like Mr. Incredible's trying to find him and everything like that. I don't think it's... I still will say this. I do not think it's going to be a bad movie. I just think it's going to disappoint people. And I think it's going to be very similar to Finding Dory, where we waited so long. And that movie came out, and everyone pretty much was like, yeah, it was good. It was okay. But it did not match Finding Nemo in any sense. And I still think this is going to be like Finding Dory, where it looks very similar to me, this movie. Other than them being captured on an island. Like, the plot beats always seem the same. And it gets that way with every trailer more and more. I feel like, okay, this is a chance to prove me wrong. I'm like, oh no, this feels like the same thing. So I don't know how you feel, because I know everyone else on the cast is pretty excited, but I'm very cautious about this movie and getting my hopes up.
I'm looking forward to watching it, reviewing it. At the end of the day, like, I'm not overly excited. I love the first Incredibles. It's a movie I really want to go and buy. It's still expensive. It's a great movie.
It's always been expensive, yeah.
But you know, I feel like Pixar movies have they have a little bit of a fumble when it comes to sequels. That being said, Toy Story, fantastic. I love Toy Story 2.
Cars? No.
Cars 1, I like 1 and Cars 2.
Cars, the whole franchise sucks,
but it's just I'm really hoping that they can really do something with this. You know, the story definitely is a little it's intriguing. The one thing that'll suck for me is if Syndrome magically comes back, which I know he won't, but I don't want anything related to Syndrome coming back.
You don't want even the way where I say, where they could go to him like in a Hannibal Lecter sense of just to get some information from him and that's it, like to go, not even just chained up, like nothing to do the rest of the plot, just like classic, like seeing a bad guy in prison to try and get in the mind of a villain. Like, I would like a scene with Syndrome. I don't want him to be the ultimate villain. That's one thing that worries me is the villain is, I guess he would be masked, so I don't know why that would worry me. But like, have you seen him? He's like the screensaver or something. He's like,
his name's the Screensaver?
I think something like that.
That's a wickedly awesome name.
I'll try and look it up, but he communicates through like just TV, like he hacks people's TVs or takes people's screens over and something like that, and then it just seems very shady. The villain. I'm trying to find out about him. I was gonna ask you this while I was looking because you were talking about sequels, even though it's a prequel, but it's kind of a sequel. Where did you fall on Monsters University?
I actually did not see Monsters University.
Oh, it's the Screenslaver.
The Screenslaver. I was gonna say Screensaver seems a little too heroic, but Screenslaver, that is badass.
Screenslaver also seems like a little risque.
Screenslaver, I love that.
I'm trying to find an actual picture of him to show you, but you never saw Monsters University.
No, that I don't. When did that come out again? What year was that?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Let me take a guess.
It came out between 2015 and 16.
No.
No.
I'm going 2014.
2014?
Monsters University. Let's find out. It was 2013. God damn it.
2013.
Okay,
yeah, that would have been a busy year.
This is the Screenslaver for. I'm showing Taylor because he hasn't seen, and that's like apparently the main villain. And anytime I've shown him in trailers, he's just been on these TVs and whatnot, and that's why I do worry it could be something with Syndrome, just because if it's shady and it's behind doors, he could be controlling this guy, or that's his new persona. If you hadn't seen, you could probably just look it up because you're probably have your phone on you. But
that's pretty cool.
So I can't believe you no Syndrome whatsoever.
No.
Okay.
I don't want it to be, because if he's pulling the strings again, it just is too much like the first film.
Yeah.
And we don't need that.
But that's, I mean, not even you. That's not what I posed here. I said him being in the movie, not being the main villain, just being in the movie. Like, what even, like, you don't even want a cameo. Let's say they put someone in prison, you see Syndrome over the cell next to him. You know,
if we see like a poster on the wall of him or something that says like "caught" or something like that, that'd be kind of cool.
But you don't want to physically see him.
No, I don't need the little boy in there.
He's not a little boy. He's a man now.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. He was great in the first movie for what he delivered, but I just move on and just don't attach yourself to things. The Underminer's fine because he was a setup for the second movie. He's a big key point, so.
He's a big key point.
Oh yeah. So.
Oh, you want to talk about something that's not moving on? Jurassic World.
I do want to talk about this.
I'll let you have the floor first because I'm very unsure about how I feel about this trailer.
Okay. This trailer got me so overly excited. At the same time, I am so very upset with this trailer being released. I wish they did not do it, and I think it was a big mistake, and I actually hate them for actually releasing this trailer.
Because it showed too much?
It showed the whole movie.
Well, I think they have to do that because people aren't that excited to see the movie.
But that doesn't get you excited, I mean, I watched the first few trailers, and I was already excited enough because I thought that I figured out the movie. I thought they're going to the island, they're going to save these dinosaurs, that's it. Obviously, there's more to it. You see the dinosaurs on the mainland, and shit's going down. I thought, okay, that's fantastic.
This is why you need Twitter, because I think the director 6 months ago, when that first trailer came out, he said like that's just the beginning of the movie, the whole them on the island. This has been a known fact for quite a while that like it's gonna be just Lost World.
But
again.
see, like me, that people that don't Twitter and tweet, this is the magic of the cinema. So we I had no idea, and. I wish that it stayed that way because, like I said, I just thought, this movie they go to the island and they encounter these dinosaurs, and obviously there's some shady engine stuff going on. We know that, and there's obviously some hybrid stuff. That's it. That's all I knew. But this trailer that they put out, literally it dives right in. Oh, we went to the island. It was a trap. So I'm gonna be in the theater the whole time they're on the island. I'm
That's
gonna
be a good half an hour.
Yeah, even maybe longer. And I'm gonna hate that.
I honestly think that could be. Let's make that prediction. I think it's gonna be in between. Oof. I want to say 45 to an hour, but I think it might be over an hour. I'm thinking like it's gonna be an hour and 5 minutes that whole, because it's not just gonna be them going to the island. She's gonna have to go get Chris Pratt, everything like that. So I think I'm saying before an hour, later than an hour and 5 that it'll be. That
Yeah, well, they're gonna go there. They're gonna bump into dinosaurs. They gotta find
Bump
Blue.
into- oh,
They gotta knock them out and take them off the island, and they have to blow off the island in the little gyrosphere.
What?
So
What
it
do they
just
do in this island?
it comes down to the fact, I did not need this because right away it says, yeah,
Not need.
we were here on a lie, and that just, as I said, it says the whole thing. Wow, the whole time they're gonna be on the island, I know what happens, and that pisses me off because it takes away the fun of the movie. Now, on top of that, it goes to showing some badass scenes that I didn't need to be shown. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the mosasaur in the wave with the surfer in front of him, that made me almost shit myself. Okay, that is amazing.
Wow.
And then moving on forward from that, it showed the mosasaur jump like underwater in a submarine. Its eye opened up and jump out the helicopter. Like, that's badass. They spoiled that.
Where is
but
that
fuck
island?
me, right?
Where is that? Where the thing is in the water? Is that like somewhere on Earth? Like where?
Like Isla Nublar?
That's where it is. So they're just
The Jurassic World.
People
the
are
park?
just surfing around that island.
No, because by the looks of it, when they had it fenced off and secured like the open ocean to the mosasaur pen, and it looked like when they had a submarine or whatever in the water floating around the tank, it showed the eye open up of the mosasaur, and then it showed the helicopter fly up.
Where are people surfing?
Well, that's the thing. It shows the mosasaur jump up to the helicopter, but it looks like it was about to come down on the huge wall that was blocking it from getting out. So the people surfing, it gets out into the actual... And that's the theme of their movie. Why they're going with like a Lost World kind of trend is because, the T-Rex was out in the real world, and, dinosaurs were out in the
trend. I
prowl.
just feel like it's the exact same thing.
They're going for the dinosaurs, like, escaped into the real world. And, to me, I love that, and that's something I'm still holding on to this movie because I'm really pumped to see that. Especially with the Indominus Raptor or whatever. I'm excited to see that.
Do you not feel that people are kind of right in saying that it is just a combination of almost all the movies? Because you have Lost World and you have Jurassic Park 3 where it's like, oh, these like experimented dinosaurs and everything like that. And like, we already did the whole T-Rex loose in a city thing,
Mm-hmm.
How do you, like...
I think
they're very similar. Like, for me personally... I don't care because my expectations are so low for this movie. I actually enjoyed this trailer. I was just watching as a trailer. I think the movie, I'm actually going in just with the mindset of like, I'm going to have a good, galed, fun time. Like, that's what I'm looking for. But I think as far as being like an actual like solid movie, I don't know. Because it just kind of looks like it's just the best of kind of. And you know what?
I'm looking forward to this movie in the sense that, we're going to get to see so much behind the scenes of InGen because I'm not even kidding.
Taylor just loves any bad organization in a movie. If they're bad, like, that's why I'm so shocked by Syndrome. If they're bad and they create shit, whether it's Hydra, whether it's the Empire, whether it's the First Order, Taylor always has to look at me like, oh, there's some reason why they're bad. And sometimes there is, but then sometimes Taylor stretches the truth out way too far.
Well,
InGen has no reason to be doing any of this shit.
Well, they do. They've been kicking around since the first part.
I know, but no. Now they should stop, especially after Jurassic World. It's like, okay, you're done. It's over. There's no more trying to...
No, but after Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, it wasn't InGen pulling the strings and heading the whole organization of creating the dinosaurs.
This movie will reveal that.
They were waiting for their chance to have a slip up so they could, that's why they supported the Raptor program. That's why they supported these things because they wanted to show that, you could control. And that's the theme for this movie too. When InGen displays the fact that, Chris Pratt proved the fact that man can train and work with a dangerous creature like Velociraptor. Mm-hmm. So that's why they go ahead and create something that's smarter, more powerful, and more dangerous so they can use it as a weapon, which makes sense. But at the same time, I love that this is going to show... These movies do a great job at showing the fact that, yes, they're dinosaurs, they're aggressive animals, but at the end of the day, they are living, breathing creatures. And in this movie, I love that they're giving more depth to Blue as a raptor, making him out to be more of a character, especially because we never got that in another Jurassic Park film, with him teaming up with Chris Pratt. Not in an over-cheesy way, but in a way that just it shows.
Stop right there.
No, it
Stop
shows very
right
much.
there. Come on.
No, I have to end on my high note. I gotta end on my high note. It comes off very much that he is a character, and it shows a very good bond between Blue and Chris Pratt, just
What's
like
Chris
he was.
Pratt's character's name?
Owen. Owen Grady.
Bravo. Okay. You had some good points, and I think this is the problem. I think maybe they intended to make the film that way, But one, him being a character, maybe to a point, but when he looks at Blue in the trailer and he goes, "You thinking what I'm thinking?" No, they don't think the same. They don't just think the same way because you've trained them. Like, I had a dog previously that had lots of, like, anger issues, and we took him lots of training, and I can't just be like,
"You thinking what I'm thinking?"
I'm thinking because he would have not thought to do certain things, you know? So, like, I think there's a point where you look at Jurassic World 1 where stuff like, even though for some reason this character or this dinosaur randomly have raptor in her and she could control these raptors, there's moments where Blue is going off the handle because, like, yeah, you can't fully contain it. This literally just looks like he has a Pokemon in this movie that can do whatever he wants. Especially the problem is we don't know how long they haven't seen each other. So yes, of course there's always a bond, but the fact that he could still be training them or go, "You thinking what I'm thinking?" Like, that's what I don't buy, and that's where I think, yeah, Blue could be a character, but it's going to get into cheesy sidekick, like, unbelievable. And two, I think you are right of, they're going to touch on the whole, which, by the way, is Jeff Goldblum's lines in this movie just saying lines that
they keep redubbing, like, he's in that courtroom scene, I swear he said the same, or like 10 different lines sitting in the same position.
But this new line was just like, "Oh, or it will be a Jurassic World." He's just saying lines from previous movies or the titles of movies. Like, at one point he's going to say, "Maybe we should make Jurassic Park 3. Like, I don't know, like, what is his point? Like, he just I feel like all the stuff is window dressing. It's just to get you in, but it's going to have no substance. Like the Blue thing, like Jeff Goldblum, he's going to be in that scene, and then he'll go away, or he's going to be in that scene and he'll get eaten, and then it's like, what's the point? I'd rather him be on the adventure for the whole time. When you're talking about giving the dinosaurs, making them feel like not just creatures, but like living beings and everything like that, you know, like, I can't remember what you said, but just showing that they have rights too, as far as animals or creatures, whatever, are, that they're not just prizes, they're not just weapons, they are a part of this earth. Even though we remade them, they're a part of this earth. I think that's going to be a small portion, because this trailer, and this is why I think I liked the trailer, is because it's super action heavy. I like the trailer as it's alone, but as a movie, I don't think there's going to be much of that substance. I think they'll hit those few themes, like, oh yeah, like, this really sucks we're doing this, but then it'll be half an hour, 45 minutes of shooting the dinosaurs, running around the dinosaurs. Like, I think that question of, like, do dinosaurs deserve to live among us would be great, and it would be something to look into and see what you could do with that, like, if dinosaurs did exist in this world. But I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's just going to be more of them escaping and lots of action. And I think that's the problem, where I don't think they're really going to touch on that stuff. And I think you in the review make, "Oh, they talked about it, it was great, blah, 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 the new meaning of Jurassic Park." But really, it's just going to be like they drop 2 lines about, like, hey, these dinosaurs have feelings, and that's it. I don't think it's going to get that deep. It's like Jurassic Park. That's a deep movie, you know? The rest of them are all just more action-based, and I think that's what this is going to be. I still say I like Jurassic World enough. I enjoy it. I like it less and less every time I watch it. But I did enjoy it in theaters. In this movie, I'm going in with the expectations something like a Rampage. Rampage I did not enjoy, even though I was going in like, I want to have a dumb fun time. You should see Rampage, because you would love Rampage, by the way.
Oh boy.
Check out our review. But yeah, this trailer for me, it didn't get me any more excited. Just coming, I guess I know what to expect. I do agree, I think they showed too much to take off my bias. Like, I'm not that excited with them showing about the whole the island being a trap or whatever, and they literally show the scene where Owen Grady is in this bedroom shooting this whatever raptor, Dominus raptor, and then later on they end the trailer with the big scary scene of it in that child's bedroom and going after the kid. We saw the scene earlier in the trailer how it's resolved. Like, Chris Pratt obviously busts in and saves the kid, but like they build out like this suspense scene, like this kid's gonna get eaten. I hope there are more scenes like that in the movie that seem a bit more like on the horror side, but I worry that could be it. But yeah, I think this movie is gonna be a good time, and I'm excited for the review because I think it's gonna be a fucking mess. Like, I think it's gonna be all over the place. There's gonna be lots of dumb moments. I think Dylan Muss is gonna hate this movie. I can just see him already and listen to, like, I can hear him, but yeah, I don't know what to think about Jurassic World. I'm not excited, but I'm just kind of, I'm interested in it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you know.
I will give them a good a shout out here. I think that
You give them lots of good shout outs.
This is another great one, actually. So the Indominus Raptor, when he's crawling upside down to the window, and it shows him slowly opening up the door to the girl's bedroom, I think it's just it was a great nod towards the original Jurassic Park with the raptor opening up the door.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a cool cool little nod. Also, they released some cool new toys for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and they show the
Why does it matter?
They show one of the toys of the dinosaurs is a Spinosaurus, and I'm not even kidding. I really hope, we got to see Carnotaurus in the trailer. I would love it if we got to see a glimpse of a Spinosaurus. I know they showed his his skeleton get destroyed in the first Jurassic World as a nod to the T-Rex being triumphant in like Jurassic Park 3, kind of just, T-Rex is more dominant.
We don't need to see him.
So I would love a Spinosaurus. I just love
because
we got we got the Baryonyx in this movie, the Carnotaurus, the T-Rex. We got all these different carnivores which are fantastic. Cause
also names of really popular clubs in LA as well.
Baryonyx. Yeah. No, I'm excited for this movie. I am super excited. It's out in a few months.
The only thing that'll get this movie a 10/10 for me is at one point Blue looks over and goes, Owen.
Alan. You remind me of something else. So I think it irks me a little bit. I love Dr. Malcolm. I think he's funny and he's cuckoo. But at the end of the day, I think why does the government always turn to Malcolm? And it seems like in Lost World.
Are you just mad that Dr. Grant is not in here?
Yes, but that being said, like I feel like the government.
Sam Neill wanted too much money. That's why.
From a story point of view, it just seems like we're just gonna go to Malcolm when he's the wrong guy. Dr. Grant. I feel like if they put Dr. Grant in there, he is the wrong guy because everything's chaos. If they put Dr. Grant in there, I feel like so many people in the audience would instantly be charmed to go see this movie.
I disagree. I think they get the same amount of people charmed if they put Jeff Goldblum in there. Jeff Goldblum is a bigger star, unfortunately, for Sam Neill. I would love to see. I love Dr. Grant. He's easily my favorite Jurassic Park character. There's not many of them. It's probably just him and Malcolm, and that raptor from Jurassic Park 3. Because I love that guy. But I think in this way of it being a court case, I think one, he wouldn't Grant wouldn't want anything to do with this anymore, and two, I think he doesn't even know how to feel about it because his morals kind of waver in Jurassic Park 3. He goes back, and I think he seems like every day sometimes he'd be like for this or against this, where Malcolm, even the first one, seemed against it, right? And in Lost World, he's even more so against it because of experiences and what's happening. So if you have a court or a lawyer or a team in that courtroom that is very, very much vehemently against dinosaurs and just putting them down, that would be the guy to bring. Where I think Grant might be the guy that might be like, oh, hey, we should have them living and whatnot. Or he might be undecided on the factor. Where Malcolm, to me, seems like a character that he doesn't want these dinosaurs around. So
yeah, but
I think he makes more sense from this story standpoint.
He proves his point around, though, like opposite. Because in Lost World, he could have let the T-Rex and the baby T-Rex get killed and everything, but he helped them to get back on the ship and escape. So I feel like that changed for him.
True, but then after there's dinosaurs in New York, he's probably like, oh, maybe they should just be put down.
Do you think that scene's before or after the dinosaurs escape?
I think it's dead in the middle of the movie, so I think it's a little bit before. I think they capture them. I don't know where this whole selling them off for money comes in. That, honestly, the golden scene could also... Actually, no, it must be... I think it's probably the beginning of the movie, because that's probably before they go to the island, right? So, it must be the very beginning. Because what a hot way to start off the movie. Malcolm's back. Oh, he's back for a scene just to say some shit that doesn't matter, God damn. You done with Jurassic World 2?
I think that's everything I got.
You want to talk about some other shit that doesn't matter?
What's that?
The Meg.
Oh, I did have that in here.
Yeah, I'll start. I think this movie could be fun. If you don't know about this, especially in Canada, just came, I got the Cinemia card, and that's the thing where it's like if you spend $15 a month, you get to see 3 movies. And in the summers, like coming up in May, Solo, Deadpool, at the time, Avengers, my month would have been filled up. If this comes out, I think it comes out in August. If my month is not filled up, I will go see this with you and do that. Because that's where, as someone that does review movies, that helps me where I go, okay, I would have gone and seen Blockers. I would have said Ready Player One. If I have to pay for this, not a shot in hell I'm going to see this movie. I don't think it's bad. I think it would be an enjoyable time. I love Jason Statham in almost anything. He's one of the best action stars ever. He's just his mannerisms and his tone. And I think to see him fight this huge shark is kind of a funny thing, but I will not pay to see this, but there's a chance I could see it. And the trailer, I think, was exactly what I expected. It was a bit more serious than I thought it was going to be, but I think that's fine because I think the actual movie's going to be pretty cheesy. So, Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna be putting a review on our channel.
Oh, 110%. You know, I'm a huge fan of Jaws. I bought the anniversary edition Blu-ray DVD digital copy of Jaws. I love it. I love Jaws 2, 3, Jaws 4, The Revenge. They're fantastic.
What the fuck?
What? What?
How do you love those movies?
I think they're great. They don't.
I feel like you just like certain movies because they have dinosaurs, robots, or sharks in them. like, those being in a movie don't just make it good.
Oh, I know. It takes a lot more, and these movies have a lot more.
Like, do you like the Sharknado movies?
No, I hate them. I will not
but
watch.
I feel like those are supposed to. But know why, folks? That's because they're not taking my shark movies seriously.
No.
That's why.
It's stupid. Sharks and fucking hurricanes and tornadoes and chainsaws.
Oh, but you believe this experimented on dinosaur movie?
That seems more realistic.
Jurassic World 2 is literally about they brought back dinosaurs to life, and now we're
That's
messing with
much
dinosaurs.
more realistic than sharks and tornadoes.
Oh god!
Easily.
Deep Blue Sea. Did you like that movie?
Yes, I did like Deep Blue Sea.
Did you like Open Water?
Is that the one with the scuba divers?
Yeah.
I actually did like that. Yeah.
Did you like The Shallows?
Yes, I did.
Did you like Shark Night? That sounds like a movie that was just made. Did you direct that movie?
No, but I did like Shark Night. That's the one where they're in the lake, right?
Well, they're probably all in the lake or ocean. I don't know what name a shark movie that didn't take place in the lake or the ocean.
Sharknado.
But it started in the. I don't know. I've never seen it. I've seen 5 minutes when I was like, oof. 47 Meters Down. Did you see that last year?
I liked it, but it didn't deliver fully for me. But I liked it.
Are you gonna be seeing 48 Meters Down?
Is that a thing?
It's coming out next year or year after.
You're bullshitting me.
No.
Can I see a picture? You're kidding.
I don't think there's a poster yet. I just know there's a movie coming out.
Is there a synopsis?
And like, look at the poster for 47 Meters Down. It's just them down there with a bunch of sharks. What do you think 48 meters is gonna be?
Well, I'm curious. I don't get like, what's the difference between 40 and 47 meters?
Because it's just a sequel. It's just a stupid sequel title to bump it up.
So
it's coming out in 2019.
That's actually pretty cool. I'll be down to see the sequel.
Well, of course, but this proves my point. Anything that has a shark in it, you've liked. Like, I think I could do the same with robots, and I can do the same with, what was the other thing I said? Dinosaurs. This is ridiculous. Like, I'm sure some DC movie had a shark in it. Like, close enough. That's why you love Suicide Squad, because Killer Croc's in there. Have you ever seen this movie 2012 called Jurassic Shark?
No, yeah,
and
that sounds horrible.
You should see the poster. It's like a parody of Jurassic Park.
Oh, that looks like it's made on paint.
We should watch that. God. We should watch that.
I'll do a retro
shark retrospect. We watch every shark movie known to man. Because listen to these shark movies that are like off the beaten path. Shark Attack 3, Two-Headed Shark Attack, Swamp Shark, Mega Shark, Sharknado 2, Shark Attack, Super Shark, Jersey Shore Shark, Raging Sharks, 12 Days of Terror, Red Water, I did that one, Shark Tale. Did you like Shark Tale?
Shark Tale with Will Smith?
Yeah.
I love Shark Tale. That's a good movie.
Dino Shark, Snow Sharks, you would love Snow Sharks. And then there's Avalanche Sharks, Snow Shark, Monster Shark, Jaws of Death, Spring Break Shark Attack, my god, Hammerhead Shark, Cruel Jaws? And Finding Nemo. They put Finding Nemo in shark movies. Wow. Yeah.
Well,
shark retrospective. You heard it here. We're going to watch every shark movie known to fucking man. Oh.
No, shark movies, I think they can be done in a good way and a bad way. And, as far as the Meg goes, I feel like, the only way to keep going with shark movies, great whites are absolutely terrifying. I think that's something that I love about shark movies is because, the ocean really scares me. Like, I love, prehistoric dinosaurs and sea creatures that have been in the ocean and have actually existed on this planet. And when you look at a great white shark and how such a perfect predator actually exists, it is terrifying, especially when you're on a boat and there's a good 400 meters below you that's just empty void and you don't know what's there. It's just darkness. And it can be very, very terrifying to think that. And when you add something actually alive in that situation, and especially nowadays, people, they want something, they don't want Jaws, and I don't want them to remake or rehash Jaws.
They don't want Jaws. They want shit movies with sharks in them.
you know, Jaws was a hit in its time because of what it did with it. And now with people and what we're used to in the society, I feel like, you know, what's the next best thing? Sharks, still scary, but make it better for cinematic purposes, make it bigger. Make it more terrifying, make it darker and deeper in the ocean. And I feel like, you know, adding a movie about the Meg and it just being, this is something that actually existed on our planet. It's huge, and we haven't seen, it's got crazy weird, like crazy movies of giant sharks in there, but this isn't like crazy bad CGI or whatever. This is about something that actually existed, and it's a massive predator. And I remember even my girlfriend was like commenting on like the megalodon or whatever. I'm like, no, the megalodon, like this was a legit huge shark, and I pulled up pictures of its skeleton and how big it was. Like, it's a terrifying creature. So
that's the pictures Taylor's showing his girlfriend.
The pictures of megalodon.
Look at the bones on this. Did you like the movie Dinosaur that Disney made?
Dinosaur, yes.
Did you like Land Before Time?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like The Good Dinosaur?
I never saw The Good Dinosaur.
Oh, I'm surprised. Did you say We're Back? A dinosaur story?
I got, okay, good story for that. So when I went to the dentist as a little kid.
Oh god, good story for that.
Yeah, so when I went to the dentist as a little kid, you know how they bring you a little tool or a treasure chest and you get stuff in it?
Tool chest. Here, mini screwdriver, mini nail gun, take your pick.
So
little Taylor. Look at the picture of this megalodon, by the way.
So they gave all these little toys, but they didn't give me one of those. They actually gave me the frickin' VHS for We're Back. It's fantastic.
They gave you a VHS.
VHS.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's, you know.
Why you said frickin' VHS? That feel like that has more
in a
value.
good way.
Okay.
But I mean, that's like the perks, ladies and gentlemen, of being a '90s kid, you know. And so.
What does that mean? Tell me what that means.
Being a '90s kid, I mean, frick, you got Justin Timberlake.
No. Specifically, you said one of the perks of being a '90s kid. What does that have to do for the We're Back, a Dinosaur story?
You know, when you go to the dentist, you got better quality toys. Like movies. The dentist would give you movies.
When was the last time you went to the dentist?
Last year.
Yeah, I guess I was gonna. Damn, I was gonna say, how do you know they're not giving out good toys? They could be giving out DVDs.
I grew up. They don't give toys to adults anymore. But I've seen the chest. They do have it in their office.
Try to steal. I would still take the toys if they let us have them.
They just give me toothbrushes now.
Yeah, it's so lame.
Yeah, it is.
Fuck your toothbrush. Where's my We're Back Dinosaurs movie? Okay, so I was gonna search robot movies too.
Robot movies?
Journey to Center Earth, you like that?
I did. Brendan Fraser?
Yeah. Land of Lost, you like that?
Land of the Lost was great. Oh my god. Will Ferrell.
Okay, robot movies. RoboCop.
RoboCop is good. The new one or the originals? I own the new one, actually.
Do you like them all?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why does it matter?
They're
Your
great
answer if you
movies.
like them all. The Terminator.
Yes, I watched, actually, before, how did I watch it? It was a few days ago.
Gripping.
I know. I watched Terminator 2, and then I watched Terminator Salvation, and I go back and watch the first Terminator, and then Terminator 3.
Why did you do that weird ass machete order?
I don't know. I have to get to. I'm gonna watch Genesis at some point. You know, I didn't like Genesis that much.
Yeah, no one really did. Is there a reason why you watched it like that? Like, were they on Netflix, or did you just watch? Oh, I'm gonna watch 2.
Terminator 2 is on Netflix, and I thought I love Terminator 2. I'm gonna watch that. And after I watched that, I was just stuck with this fact. You know, I want to see adult John Connor kill some Terminators, and I was like, I own Salvation.
Adult Connor is in 3 as well.
He's not killing the Terminators. So I want to see multiple Terminators, and you know, I want to see
And
just
3's
all
not
out
good.
war.
3's pretty boring. I think.
3 is pretty boring. It's just, yeah.
I like Salvation enough. I do.
You own it.
I do somewhere, because there was this thing that I really liked the movie when I saw in theaters, and then I bought it on Blu-ray, and then when I watched it again, I was like, I didn't need to own this movie.
Oh no.
But Christian
Yikes.
Bale's in it, so I'll always like it. iRobot,
I love iRobot. I have to get that on DVD.
Blade Runner, and you like Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, yeah.
What? Why this? I thought you liked the original Blade
Well,
Runner.
I had the hype of iRobot in my head still, and then you said Blade Runner.
Wow, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. iRobot, Blade Runner, Wall-E,
Wall-E is good.
Robots,
Robots is fantastic.
the Iron Giant,
Iron Giant is amazing.
yeah, Transformers,
Transformers is fucking outstanding.
Real Steel, but
Real
you fucking
Steel,
don't.
Hugh Jackman is amazing in that movie.
Real Steel's actually a good movie.
I love that movie.
Chappie.
Yes, I gotta buy that. That is great actual sentiment and story to that.
What's the story? I gotta know.
It just makes you. It gets you.
Oh, the
understand
story.
The
I think
value.
that there was a story to you liking Chappie.
Oh no!
Like, there had to be
The
some
story
reason.
in
Like
that.
you got this time the dentist slipped you a toy and then you went to go see Chappie. He slipped you a DVD.
DVD of Chappie.
Ex Machina. I bet you've not seen.
Actually, I watched half of it and got kind of bored.
I knew he would not like that because she wasn't a robot in it enough. Does The Matrix count as a robot movie?
Well, they're fighting the robots.
I guess. Pacific Rim, he like.
Yes, Pacific Rim is great.
Terminator Salvation, but yeah. So yeah, you pretty much just I can keep going down the list, but there we go. He likes any movie with robots, sharks, or dinosaurs in them. It seems like, or at least the biggest ones. So they're Other than I guess Blade Runner.
they're marketing
Ex Machina, which is actually a fucking great movie. You're like, I got kind of bored.
they're marketing it to the right kind of people. Let me tell you.
What is happening to my life right now? I got two more movie and TV. You might have some more. So they've, I guess, officially announced. I'm taking this with a huge grain of salt. It came up this week that the next Harley Quinn movie is going to be a Birds of Prey movie. Me and Taylor did a podcast about this a long time ago when there was talks of there was talks of there's going to be a Harley Quinn movie. Gotham City Sirens, and then there was Suicide Squad 2, and that was the Joker v. Harley movie. And then after that, there's all these rumors about, like, some of them are the same, blah, blah, blah. And then we were like, okay, why, like, that's too many Harley Quinn movies. And then it came out, I think, a few months ago that this Birds of Prey movie, which she apparently was a fan of. Birds of Prey is a team of female superheroes. You got Batgirl, Black Canary, Huntress. I imagine it would kind of be like a them versus a bad girl team, or maybe it's them and they need the help of Harley Quinn and she's kind of being an anti-hero. But I guess what was wrong with those reports way long ago when we did the podcast was it's not that they're making them all at the same time, it's that either the studio or her were deciding which route to go with this. So what do you feel about, because apparently Suicide Squad 2 was supposed to be shooting, it's getting the back draft for this, it's getting pushed back, they're doing Birds of Prey. The only thing that's been said is there's been two different scripts. There's going to be a female director for it, and the two different scripts, the only thing they had in common was they both had Batgirl and Harley Quinn. So those sound like those are the for sure that's going to happen. How do you feel about this movie, and how do you feel opposed to the other choices that were out there? Because it sounds like this is the Harley Quinn movie we're getting next. Like I said, we have tons of DC movies that we're apparently getting, and we still haven't seen them yet. But if, let's say, this is true, and this is happening, because we are getting Aquaman, and Shazam is shooting right now, so they are, trying to make some movies. It's felt very quiet after Justice League, but like I said, how do you feel about this movie and how do you feel opposed to the other ones?
I remember when we did that cast last, like, you were getting updates on your phone. Like, the story was totally changing all over the place.
Classic
DC. It was amazing. But I think I'd love to see Harley Quinn back on screen. Give her more of a leading role with, like, not as many characters like Suicide Squad had. I feel like that would do her justice because she's a huge hit character. Even though Suicide Squad, apparently to most of the population, wasn't a huge hit.
It was financially. Like, money-wise, it did pretty good.
Okay.
I believe so. I'll take a look. But I believe it did well.
Because I'd say,
it wasn't no Justice League. It didn't bomb or anything like that.
Well, definitely with its flaws, I'd say Harley Quinn is definitely a huge, like, taker from that film that, was fantastic. So, and I have so many fans. A taker that you could take out of that film. It was just perfect. So, I feel like giving her, this movie and this role would be fantastic. I'd love to see Batgirl. 110%. The other characters, I don't know who they are, but
yeah, it did well. Budget, obviously, the budget could be bigger, but budget 175 million made 746 million, so pretty good. And I remember it had a good hold in summer. So yeah, you don't know the other ones, but you didn't know a lot of them in Squad, so
I knew Killer Croc.
You learned a lot. Okay, I said a lot of them though. Who did you know? Harley Quinn, Killer Croc. Can you even name some of these people now?
Yeah, there's Slipknot.
You just know him because of the meme. No, I'm a big Slipknot fan. Love Slipknot.
I know Will Smith's character, but I can't remember his, is it...
The main character movie.
Because I always...
A movie he gave 10 out of 10 to, folks. He can't even remember.
He reminds me of Deathstroke in so many ways, but he's not Deathstroke. He's, was it Deadshot?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. The name gets me confused. And then there's Boomerang.
Captain
Boomerang.
What about the girl with the sword?
Girl with the sword? Yeah. Isn't that Katana?
Katana, yeah.
Katana.
What about the leader, the army leader?
The army leader. Oh, the famous Rick Flag.
For the fame.
See, I know my squad.
Yeah, okay. What about the fire guy?
The fire guy?
Yeah.
Oh, El Diablo.
Okay.
See, I know this.
It did take you. You didn't know them before the movie came out.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty positive. You've
have...
seen the movie and you couldn't even name Deadshot barely. My God.
But yeah, no, I'm I'm glad Suicide Squad 2 is being put on the back burner.
Why? You gave the first one a 10 out of 10. Don't you want to see more of that world and those characters?
Yeah, but I want to see new characters brought in, like Batgirl. Okay. So I'm all down for that. So okay. I'm all fun and games for it. So let's do it.
Yeah, I'm down for delaying Suicide Squad 2 until I'm dead, ladies and gentlemen. That movie can just fuck it off. I don't need a sequel to that. True, they can make a good one, and if they bring her back and Will Smith is in there, of course I'm going to watch it. I watch all these movies. I see them, I review them. But I do not need this. Joker v. Harley did not need that at all. I'm very torn with Gotham City Sirens because if I had to pick, I would want to see that more still because I love the fact of Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman on screen together in some sort of team up. Maybe they were worried like, hey, we can't do another villains movie. I still thought the perfect combination was a kind of Birds of Prey, good girls versus bad girls, or something to do with Batgirl having to work with them. So, and Catwoman's my favorite, I think, female character of all time as far as comic book goes. So I'm always going to want to see that more. But I love Batgirl. And I think this is a good way to introduce her because they're still working on a Batgirl solo film. I think this would be a good way to introduce her and then get that Batgirl solo film. I still think with Batgirl and Nightwing, and apparently Nightwing's been shelved right now, like I still think we need to really get going on the Batman movie and get that out first because it just feels weird to have, it's just classic DC, it's weird to have Batgirl movie first before Batman, but I'm excited for this. I just hope the movie actually happens because I'm very tired of hearing. Like, that's why, honestly, for newscasts, I feel like we don't talk about DC that much anymore. Because we hear these news, and it's just like, we're just waiting, and nothing happens. You know, they're still talking about that Joker solo film Joaquin every week. It's like, oh, I might do it. It's like, well, just do it, you know? Like,
yeah, just get it out there. I think DC has such potential, too. You leave right now Marvel to tackle, like, their main header superheroes, you know? And, you know, DC, yes, granted, they got great main superheroes, like Superman, Batman, Flash, Aquaman, sure. But, you know, maybe put them on the back burner and do the Sony route. Like, Sony is tackling, like, Venom and different...
Morbius.
Yeah, like, I feel like, you know, if you give that to DC and let DC tackle, like, you know, what they did with Suicide Squad, what they want to do with now, like, Batgirl and Harley Quinn, and do the Nightwing movie. Do all these characters, and have Batman maybe in there, but not as much. But have these these other characters and flush them out, because I feel like people would really like to see these different superheroes and not the same old Batman, Superman that we've gotten in so many different forms.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, the way I look at it is not so much with this Batman and Superman. I look at it as more with Disney buying Fox. They don't gotta do rated R, but they should start doing very different comic book movies because Fox was doing that with Deadpool, with Logan. New Mutants looks really different. Once Disney accumulates them fully, I think those will probably go away and you'll have more of a Disney feel. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Lord of the Rings, this came out a couple weeks ago. I just want to talk about because we talk about it all the time. That show that Amazon is making, apparently the rumor is they're going to have a budget of $1 billion for 5 seasons.
5 seasons, yeah.
I like that. I think the biggest thing I said is obviously you need a good story, but with Lord of the Rings you need a high budget. You don't want it looking cheap, so I like to hear that. Amazon could probably afford it because they do more than just TV and movies. And 5 seasons sounds like a good number. I think we said this too when we were talking about the Star Wars TV show. I want to know how many episodes. I always feel that like Game of Thrones, what they do 8 to 10 sometimes. I guess they're always all over, but like yeah. I think in that sort of range, I think 13 would be all right. But even with Netflix, Marvel, sometimes it feels like it's pushing it. I don't want no like regular like 24 episodes. I don't think it would be 24, but I'm hoping like an 8 to 10, 5 seasons. That's like 50 episodes, maybe the most. I think that's good. They've not said much what the story's gonna be, but everything I hear about, I'm getting excited, and I won't say high hopes, but I have hopes because The Hobbit really crushed my soul.
So storyline wise, I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
I think they just said it's going to take place like obviously before. Like I'll try and see.
Because
if
it's
there's
not.
anything.
They say Lord of the Rings, so TV series. It's not like a reboot telling of Lord of the Rings, but just done in TV series.
No,
format.
even though I would take that. If they, I've always said that too with Harry Potter. In 20 years, if they ever said we want to do a TV version, and because like you look at those books, there's huge, and like we obviously, I talked to Emily and Jessica. They say, oh, they left this out. They left this out. Like there's so much stuff that I would be down to see a TV series. So one day, if they ever want to do a Lord of the Rings TV series of just the books, I would be down for it. Just because why not? Like I don't think you're ever gonna make a better movie. So, but all I think I've heard is that. I'm trying to look right now, but I don't think much is known about it. I think it's just that it's gonna be before The Hobbit, maybe even. That's what I would assume, and I don't think you'll see any characters we would know other than by name. Like maybe you'll get like a Isildur or something like that, but I don't think you're gonna see. Hopefully, like The Hobbit, see things. Yeah, nothing I can see points to any solid plot points yet. So
okay, cool.
Do you have any other movie or TV news?
I do. I just started watching Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 2 on Netflix. Unfortunately, Ash vs. Evil Dead is ending with Season 3. So...
Great time to jump on.
What?
Did you watch the first season?
Yeah, I own it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't try to.
You just started watching it.
No.
I was kind of hoping I was going to ruin your night and tell you, okay, you're just going to... I recommend it. Everyone go watch the show like that.
No, yeah, I've seen the first season about 2-3 times. I've watched it over. I love it. It's fantastic. Season 2, I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far. It's very sad to see Season 3 is the last one.
Yeah.
I would love it to have gone for like another season or two.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch. I'm part of the problem. I liked the show. There was some stuff where I felt like it was a little cheesy the first season, then I fell behind, and then I'll catch up on it one day because I'm a big Evil Dead fan. But
a little cheesy. I think the whole show is just complete cheese.
Yeah, to me, I don't know. I get maybe it's just a budgetary thing because I get Evil Dead 2 has some really cheesy moments and Army of Darkness, so I don't know why. It just some of the TV show the humor didn't hit me the same way as did the movies, but I still love Bruce Campbell. So so yeah.
I think that is it for... Yeah, I just got tons of game news.
Oh, tons of game
news.
Well, you can start.
Okay. Well, I'll start off back with Jurassic World. So, the game Jurassic World Evolution. Now, they dropped some gameplay for it, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I love my real-time strategy games and my park builders and my simulations. I love them so much. They're fantastic. And with Jurassic World Evolution, the visuals are just so fluid and seamlessly beautiful, where you transition from just instantly putting down water and then putting down your fence, trees, whatever you want, and you have your pathway around and you make your perimeter fencing, that's it, and then you can just put in your dinosaurs, but obviously you have to grow them from fossils and all that sort of stuff, but obviously. So it's just fantastic when you see, oh, there's this Majungasaurus that has escaped from its pen. So it's so cool to instantly transition to a helicopter and you're flying in above this dinosaur and it's trying to run away from you, and then you can just transition to a pilot or a gunner on the side with your dart gun, and you can basically, it transitions to the third person view where you have to aim and you have to take down the dinosaur, put in a couple shots, and then finally it'll go down. You know, you got dinosaurs that'll eat people
like gunshots or tranks.
Oh, okay. So there's so much detail put into this game. It just looks fantastic. It's easily a day one purchase for me. I want to run.
Yeah, we know that.
Like I
Where do you want to run to?
Where do I want to run? I have the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World builder on my phone. You know, it's fantastic setting up dinosaurs and stuff there, but to have it on this large of a scale, rotating around your park and everything, it just looks so beautiful. I think I'm going to spend so much time just sitting there watching the dinosaurs move around in the parks that I built, to be honest. I
want to come over one day and just see you watching this stuff. Just like, man, this is fucking nuts.
It's going to be a good time.
When does it come out again?
Oh god. Can you pull up the date? I forgot to write that down.
What's it called?
Jurassic World Evolution. If I had to guess, I think it comes out... I really have to
search this on my computer.
You do.
There's a lot of dirty things I search, but this is perhaps the dirtiest.
I'm going to say June.
June 12th.
June 12th, okay.
So it's not too far away.
So that's pretty good then.
Yeah.
Other than that...
If that came out the same day as the new Assassin's Creed, what would you play first?
New Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
You know, I'd probably play Jurassic World You know, I played enough Assassin's Creeds that I'm willing to just put it aside for a day to play a new game. So,
Okay.
But speaking of Assassin's Creed,
set them up.
you set me up. Yeah, there is a supposedly, I don't know whether it's going to be in the shape of a brand new game or an expansion, but they're looking at still building up.
Brendan Fraser.
Assassin's Creed Origins, they don't want to leave it in the dark. They want to progress and build up its content for like still many months to come, maybe even years. And I think that's great that they're not jumping ahead to a brand new Assassin.
Come on.
No, because I think, this year at E3, I think they're going to unveil the fact that they're going to... Obviously, they've hinted at the fact that they're going to take place in Greece, but it's going to be the main assassin still, continuing his journey. So I don't know whether to call it a new fully fledged game or just a huge expansion to Origins, which I really like that they're going to do that approach instead of just DLC, a few missions, or just sort of a whole new Assassin's Creed game. I think the fact that how much they built of the beautiful Assassin's Creed game in Origins, that they're still going to give it all this light and attention is fantastic. There's so much that they're still developing for, and I'm still having so much fun playing that game. So yeah, I think it's great that, they're not going to focus on dropping a new Assassin's Creed. They're just going to keep working on their one game. I think that's what they need to focus on right now.
I'm wondering when that... I think they will... Do you think they're going to stick to keeping it one game for a little bit?
For a while.
Yeah. The Assassin, I think, sold well and reviewed well, but I think quality over quantity might be a better call. Because I think if they go back to the annual releases, that would hurt them.
Well, one thing that Ubisoft they're doing very successfully with now is releasing multiple yearly seasons with their games. If you look at Rainbow Six Siege, it's had many months now where it's still one of the a top selling games. And it has so much content that they keep bringing up every year. And this is its third year of content and DLC that they're dishing up for, which is fantastic for a game. Normally, even with Call of Duties, and this always pissed me off, but you get your seasons pass and you get 4 map packs and that's it. There's nothing else that they release after that. And it's so sad to see a game that you pay $80 for and then some for the map packs and then it's dead after that. No more new content. You get a few updates here and there, but to have a game continually get rolled out fresh DLC, I think that's fantastic. It says a lot about, how much care and development the company is putting into the game. And speaking of Ubisoft, Ghost Recon Wildlands, they just received the Splinter Cell DLC, which I think is super cool. And a lot of people, with the buzz on the internet right now, I think they're feeling like they're testing the waters on how, Splinter Cell kind of feels back in the...
I think we're going to get some sort of announcement at E3.
That's what many people are thinking,
Because I think they already announced Division 2, right?
Yes.
They announced it, and did they say that they're having separate showcase, or there's just going to be more at E3, or did they just announce it?
I think they said there's just more at E3, but they announced Division 2, and they said there's more at E3 for it.
Yeah, so they have that. Also, you'll get some Assassin's Creed DLC. You'll get fucking Just Dance. I guess that's quick. Yeah, I guess quick soon we're gonna have to do prediction shows and stuff like that. But I think there's a good chance that it ends with a cinematic of Splinter Cell. I think that it won't be that far along the game. I could be wrong. Obviously, you have some other ones it was For Honor. Was it that game?
For Honor, that's still getting rolled out. First DLC. Yeah.
I think you'll get other games like that we have no idea. They're new IP. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I just hope it's a good conference this year, because those conferences the past few years have fucking killed Travis Snell, and it's been a tough
They need to bring Alicia Taylor back.
They need to do something. They need to shorten. the hell out of them and not end with Steep.
That is a game I want to try. But as for Ubisoft, that's all the news I got. I'm gonna transition to Nintendo area here. Now,
Labo?
fuck the Labo. I don't need that. Oh my god. But, if it was cheap, it was $15, I would probably buy it and try it out. But, if it breaks, once you build it, where am I supposed to put the fucking thing?
Okay, no. I didn't mean to push your buttons. I don't need to hear you.
I get so triggered. Every time I walk into games, I see Labo, I fuck
you
this
start
shit.
tearing them down. Mommy! The man over there is spraying in the Labos. I wanted to buy them.
Did you see the video of the Smash Brothers I sent to the group?
That Dylan says was fake, so I didn't watch it because I trust him.
Well, he didn't say it was fake.
He said probably fake.
Probably fake.
Come on now. It's pretty much the same thing.
But you didn't watch it?
No, because
you should go back and watch it. I want to know your opinion of it. Because it's something, actually, and I was going to ask you in the group chat a question, because when they show...
Why didn't you, fucker?
When they show the character from ARMS, a lot of people say he very much resembles Little Mac, and since you know Little Mac's movements, it would make sense for you to actually know whether or not if it is a fake or not.
I'm gonna be the one that...
I think you have a lot more
credibility.
Yeah, because you have credibility a lot more over some other people in the sense, because you know Little Mac's movements. So when you look at the way he moves and such, I feel like you can probably distinguish it a little bit better than I could, or like Dylan and all that.
No, I just found the fucking video of you send me Zerg toys and stuff like that.
Oh, it was definitely after that.
I know.
Oh, God.
It's because that's a problem with Facebook Messenger. When you go up, you just jump up, and then for some reason, have this fucking toe inquire here for the YouTube people.
Why did I send that to you?
I don't know.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. Something about Fortnite for life. I don't know.
But yeah, no, the footage basically that was dropped, it basically showed Decidueye from the Pokemon Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon games, and then it showed I can't remember his character's name, but he's the main character from ARMS, and it shows them on a totally new stage from ARMS. Huh?
Tony.
Tony?
Yep.
Is that his name?
Yep.
Oh, okay. But
that's taking a long.
It shows the two basically dishing it out, and it's very basic movements, and yes, it does show a GameCube controller.
This video already is super janky. You just started with this guy at his desk and like, oh look, he's playing, of course, with a GameCube
But we know
controller.
you can use GameCube controllers because I've used mine for Pokken and ARMS and that sort of thing on my Switch.
This looks fake though.
Yes, you can mod it, but the game genuinely does.
That's all the footage that's there.
That's all the footage that there is.
Nah,
You feel like it's fake?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I'm with Mr. Muss on this one. It doesn't seem like I have enough concrete evidence to be like, oh yeah, this could be real. Mm-hmm. So no, I don't think so.
As far as
I think there'll be ARMS people in there, but.
Mm-hmm. I think, if the trailer is a fake, I'm okay with that. The characters that I want, I definitely want the Decidueye, I definitely want the ARMS character. Mm-hmm. Splatoon obviously is in there, we know, so, those are just some characters I'd love to see thrown in there. And Waluigi especially, I keep seeing it all over the internet.
It's not gonna happen.
Waluigi popping in there, I want it so badly. I will grind and train my heart out with him.
Who are you grinding to get Waluigi? I'll grind anybody if I can get me Waluigi.
And then other Nintendo news. So a magazine from Nintendo dropped, basically mentioning the new Pokemon game for Switch.
A magazine?
Magazine, yeah. I don't know the
literal
name.
magazine.
An actual Nintendo magazine, yeah. Now it mentioned Gen 8, and it also.
Who's Jen?
Who's Jen?
Yeah.
She was a Pokemon trainer. Yeah. So it also mentioned the dub name for this Pokemon game called Project Beluga.
What? I hate Pokemon so much. It's so fucking lame.
What are you talking about?
Get out of here with this shit. Leave it in on these. Fuck you. Fuck Jessica. Fuck Pokemon Go. You know why? Because Pokemon was left in middle school. Pokemon was gone. Out of my life. Out of my life. And then I met these fuckers. And I hear about it every day. Guess what? You, me, and Dylan have a private chat. Me, Kyle, and Dylan have a private chat. Me, Kyle, and Lee have a private chat. You and Jessica can go have your private chat about Pokemon. I don't need the group chat filled out with Pokemon stuff all the time. It's ridiculous. It's outrageous. Get Pokemon out the fuck of my life.
There's
so many things I need in my life. Not Pokemon.
Once in a while, I send one picture.
Project Beluga. Once in a while. Yeah, and then it spawns an 8-hour conversation and kills my battery. For fucking Project Beluga. Project Go Fuck Yourself.
Oh my god. So that's what triggers Travis. So yes, it's called Project Beluga, which goes to hint that, it could be a snow Arctic region.
Oh my god!
So there's even
Somebody
speculation.
save me, please! This is a cry for help.
Oh my god! There's even speculation thinking that it's the original regions that could just be with snow themes or something like that.
Good. Thank God.
we know the game is going to be released 2018 plus. That's when it was announced, basically dubbed.
It was announced.
It was announced 2018 plus, like after 2018 plus and beyond.
So that means it might not be in 2018.
It could be later. It's just like with
Okay.
Smash Bros. The same thing, right? I think I'm super excited for this. I think as far as Pokemon games go, the fact that Ultra Sun and Moon were the last games on 3DS, Pokemon-wise, I think that's huge. And I think making the jump onto a Switch is going to be massive. I mean, the last time we got a massive immersive Pokemon experience, I feel like for me, it would have been Pokemon Colosseum, which was fantastic on GameCube. So I'm really excited to get this whole immersive experience on the Switch. So that's it for my Nintendo news.
Thank fucking God.
So I'm going to dive into Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, have you played the new multiplayer system since they revamped it?
No, I haven't played in quite a while.
You haven't played in quite a while?
No, I'd like to. But...
So I went and I tried it out, and star cards are completely different in how they work. Each star card is unlocked at reaching a certain level with each character. So each class now has an actual level progression system. So before, your level would be based on your star cards you would apply to the character. Now it's based on literally you play as a character to gain XP in that class, and you level up each class on top of your main level. So certain star cards you already had unlocked prior. You keep them unlocked, but you can't access all of them until you get to the level as that class. So, granted, like I don't mind this new update and revamp. I think it's a huge asset to the game, and I appreciate EA for trying to fix the issues that people have with the game. That being said, I don't think there was any problem with the way it was originally. I feel like microtransactions were the only thing that really was needed to be rectified, and they took them out. So I feel like people were just too much of a little bitch about the game, and they just complained. And now,
sometimes people can't move on from the past,
They can, and I think it's kind of stupid. I think the game in itself originally was perfect the way it was. It was fantastic. I had lots of fun with it. That being said, I commend EA for really trying to fix their mistake at the beginning.
Let the past die.
Kill it if you have to.
Mm-hmm.
Leading into the new timed event that they just added, and you definitely should play it. I tagged you in it. The Ewok mode. Now, legit, I was telling my coworkers at work that, Ewoks, they're not scary. They're just little fuzzy bears that you can cuddle with and stuff. And, I had no problem with that. But this game does justice for Ewoks, let me tell you. And reading comments of people hating on the Ewok content, these people just need to chill the fuck out. These little fuckboys need to calm down and play the content before commentating on it. You don't have an input unless you try something. And, after trying this, I can vouch for it 110% that, yes, they want content that focuses on, like, the Jedi Purge and stuff like that. I do too. I think that's badass. But, this content that they released, just focusing on a stormtrooper, you play, I don't know how many Ewoks start off in the match, but they're players that plays the Ewoks, and you can't play in third person mode. You're only in first person, and you don't have all your arsenal. You just have a flashlight you can turn off and on, and it's pitch black in the woods, and you have to wait for the shuttle to come and get on the shuttle. When you die, you become an Ewok, so that each stormtrooper that dies, the Ewoks kind of escalate in their population. So you can go up into the trees and stuff, and you just hear them doing their Ewok talks. Like, you can hear them chanting, and you can hear, like, the footsteps. You can hear the detail and stuff. You can hear them blowing their horns, and you can hear spears
what are they doing?
blowing their... God damn it. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God.
Nothing better than a good old horn being blown.
Oh, I'm going to see that later.
That's going to be a GIF.
Great. Oh, it's gonna be good. So, but yeah, the fuck. Just the whole experience of being a stormtrooper in this situation. I've actually, as far as Star Wars games go, I haven't actually been scared in a Star Wars game for a long time. And this did it. And this is just Ewoks. But when
they're blowing their horns.
They're blowing their horns.
Scared.
When I'm running around in the woods and
like in the game, right?
In the game.
I'm like, well, yeah, I might be scared too. I'm just running around the woods.
But yeah, in the game when I'm running around the woods of Endor, so It just feels like...
No, at home when I'm running around the fields of Endor. I would believe you would do that because all your stormtrooper gear you have, and I'm a clone trooper in Endor.
Clone trooper in Endor. But yeah, it's just you being thrown into the situation, and compared to other games, it's definitely not an Outlast or an Alien Isolation, but just the feeling of, you know, you can sense that, you know, there's something creeping up on you, or just the fact that these terrifying little things, and you're running around and all of a sudden you get hit by a spear and you turn around and you see this little fucking Ewok, or like 5 of them, and they're all coming at you, and you have to gun them down, and they're throwing their little grenades. Like, it is fun to gun the little things down, but at the same time, I mean, they are terrifying when they come out of nowhere.
Have you played this mode yet?
Yeah.
I thought you said it hadn't went live yet.
Hmm?
Oh, no.
It went live like a day ago.
Oh, okay.
So playing as the Ewoks though, I mean, the whole night area is totally lit up, and you know, you can throw your little grenades, and it disrupts the stormtroopers' equipment and everything, but it truly is just a crazy experience. I highly recommend playing it.
I might try it out this
weekend. It is fantastic. It is a timed event, so make sure you chime in, and you can make the most out of it.
How long is it on till?
I don't know. I just know it started, and that's all.
Good thing we host a podcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's like we don't look these things up.
Yes.
Great info. Yes. Yes.
Oh
boy.
I don't think I have anything else.
I have quick shout outs. Also, we didn't talk about it, but Spyro Remastered was officially announced. Obviously, that was rumored for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited. This goes in the second announcement. Spider-Man 2 is coming out September 7th. Yeah, it's older news. We just haven't had a newscast. So, very disappointed that Spyro is coming out the same month as Spider-Man, because I just want to do a deep dive into Spider-Man. So, I don't know if Spyro's going to keep the back burner, or if I might power through Spider-Man. We'll see what's happening in my life at that point in September. But that might be the plan to power through it. But I still think it should I think they should have put it out in August, because August is pretty light. I think Crash came out like around August time. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought it was summer. No, it came out in August time. And I just feel like that would have been a good spot for it right before Spider-Man. But I'm just excited we officially know when Spider-Man's coming, unless it gets delayed, and we officially know Spyro's coming. That's the greatest month of this year already, easily. And then the other thing it was rumored, but it's still weird to be seeing that they're making an Incredibles Lego game.
An Incredibles Lego game?
Yeah, you didn't see this yet? Yeah, no, they're making a Lego game, and it's Incredibles. One, I'm surprised just because Disney hasn't really done much with them, so it's cool to show that there's a partnership. Obviously, they did like Marvel superheroes, but that's about it. And then I'm wondering, I imagine it'll be the movie, also the first one, then I imagine the second one, and then maybe some missions from the OG classic, like some missions they could kind of make up of, like, back in the day when they were Incredibles or Elastigirl. But like, I am wondering how big the game is going to be, because is most Lego games, they usually do about 6 levels for a movie most of the time, right? So if it's just 2 movies, that's just 12 levels, throw in a couple. So I'm interested to see what content they put in, but I think I'll definitely be picking that up, because I love Lego games. So
Yeah, Lego Jurassic World.
Yeah. Never played it, but, never gonna.
You reminded me of something else I'll quickly throw in there. No Man's Sky is actually coming to Xbox One, and no one is hyped.
Well, no. Why would... Like, would you be hyped if I told you, hey, you touched the door handle, you're gonna get chlamydia?
Oh, is it compared to that? That's
maybe. No, I'm just saying that, like, yeah. I'm just saying that, like, I don't know, like, I guess I can bring it over. I hope it's not a waste of money for them. I hope it's cheap for them to do, because if not, I feel like it's kind of a waste. It's just, maybe no man should play that game anymore. We should just move along, Just
move along.
Let it die. Some things you can't change some things, It's just the way they go, unfortunately. So,
yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm done with all news.
Oh, you're done with your news.
I'm
Oh, okay.
You done?
I'm done.
Then take us home, Jeff.
Take us home. Okay, ladies and gentlemen out there in the GeekVerse internet, wherever you are, that is fan-frickin-tastic. I want you to basically get it, your cell phone or your computer, whatever the kids are rocking these days, tablets, iPads, DSs, go onto your internet-connected device. You can turn the data on if you're not at home right now. You don't have internet, because we are data-worthy. But if you want to save that dollar, we'll get to why you want to save that dollar in a minute. So you're gonna go onto your internet, and you're gonna type in GeekVerse. Actually, no, I can't just tell you to go to GeekVerse. You gotta go onto your Facebook, or you go onto the Facebook.
Just
and
type in GeekVerse anywhere on your phone.
And we'll be there. So primarily on your Facebook though, you're gonna type in GeekVerse. I'm gonna do it right now. GeekVerse space podcast. You gotta actually hit the space bar. Don't type in the word space. You're gonna hit search. And there's this beautiful green GV logo, and you click that, and there's gonna be all this awesome content on here. And there's actually a fantastic cover photo in obviously honor of Avengers Infinity War. You scroll down, and the first thing that loads up, actually, is we got our shirts on there. That's cool, but it's the GeekVerse Gauntlet, which is the 3-for-all. That's fantastic, and then Infinity War predictions on there, and there's tons of cool stuff. We're constantly updating it. And Travis tagged me in a post apparently. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Infinity War predictions. You tagged me in it. There's just tons of great stuff, and I'm also gonna do a huge shout out to Rod or Not, the superhero episode. It dropped super early. It's
For Patreon.
For Patreon, yes.
Yeah,
Episode 6, 6.25, 6.25. It is all superhero themed. It's a great time. It's only on Patreon right now. It'll probably drop probably in the next few days, I guess, so it has some room just so other fans can enjoy it leading up to Infinity War.
Let me know.
But yeah, it's up now on Patreon if you want it early and can't wait. There is a mystery superhero sidekick actually joining me and Ruben on the show. This is the first time we're actually incorporating a third member onto the episode. And
from reviews of the episode, I've heard that that's the best edition that the show's ever had. So
there has been some high reviews actually. It's definitely reached a peak moment for us so far in the show. It's a great time. I've watched it multiple times over again, and I laugh my head off. So yeah, Rod or Not, check it out.
Go to geekversepodcast.com so you can find the Facebook, you can find Twitter, follow updates, whether we're dropping news for our shows or just spreading news that's going on in the geek world. Like I said, it all really plugs away, but the big important thing, Rod or Not, Gauntlet, Marvel Retrospective, the big thing, something our podcast has been leading towards almost, just like all the movies, just like all our fandoms. Infinity War is less than a week. We're going to be doing a full-on spoilers review discussion. If you've not listened to one of our reviews, go check them out. We get in depth. We get in depth.
We get in
We're talking about all Johnny Depp. No. We get deep. We don't just go, oh yeah, kind of like the movie that we are going to talk about every second of this film. That's what we're going to do. The podcast, and sometimes our reviews are longer than the movie. So we have a lot to discuss. I am very excited for next week. So I promise you it will not be boring. Please check out all our links because you can go to iTunes, you go to SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio. Please subscribe, rate, or review us. Do that on YouTube as well to help us out, spread the word, gets us more viewers, gets us more help. And if you really like what we do, head over to Patreon, give us $1, give us $5 because it does help us out, but also you get a lot of great early content that people will be dying to see right now. There's some good stuff up there. There's going to be 2 gauntlet matches dropping next week up there. I think there's a title match, a team tourney. So lots of big stuff dropping over there. So like I said, next week is Infinity War, and we promise you it'll not be boring.
Sweet.